enough of you.
It was the only nobody else. Like it was sold out everywhere else.
But they didn't have your size, or you.
Thought I could fit into large. Thought I could.
Oh.
Not those though. At least.
All right, we are live again, just so you know.
Live.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Yes, I'm sorry for
your loss. 3.
I actually thought about going to find, because we have it somewhere, a picture of Andrew and me singing at karaoke. Why do we get drunk and screw?
3, 2, 1. Go
Oh, yeah,
Nintendo podcast, episode 889, the Zamazenta podcast.
Sorry, what is it?
Zamazenta.
A man has died. RMC.
A man has died, but his legacy lives on forever. This is going to be a regular
In
podcast thing every
Margaritaville.
week, I guess. Yes, in Margaritaville. And throughout his 40-something restaurants, I'm going to guess. I don't know. They're all across the country. So if you want to celebrate, go to Margaritaville today and have, I don't know, a sandwich and a margarita, I guess. I don't know. Does he have-
Cheeseburger.
There you go. Cheeseburger in
Heaven on earth with an
paradise.
onion slice.
We'll get into...
Is Cheeseburger in Paradise another burger? Is it an actual burger place, or is it just a burger at Margaritaville?
I mean, it's his song. I don't know about.
By the way, how does Jimmy Buffett have a restaurant chain and not call it Jimmy Buffet? Like, how did he miss that? Come on. MomBrain, Zamazenta, please.
That's actually a really good point.
Maybe we've all been calling it wrong. It's Jimmy Buffet.
Yeah, it's like 76 years and
Margaritaville.
people still get my name wrong.
Zamazenta. Zamazenta. In times past, Zamazenta worked together with a king of the people, not the king of the people, a king of the people, to save the Galar region. Zamazenta absorbs metal that it then uses in battle. 9 feet tall,
Whoa.
463
Whoa.
pounds. Gender is unknown, and
Whoa.
the category is warrior. Abilities include Dauntless Shield, which boosts the Pokemon's defense stat for the first time the Pokemon enters battle. This, my friends, I'm sorry, is the end of the Pokemon section.
Thank you, MomBrain. That was a great job.
You're welcome.
You want to say something about, I was going to say Zamazenta, Jimmy Buffet? Big fan.
Was my first concert. Was a Jimmy
Wow.
Buffett concert when I was a kid. My father's sister married Big Parrot Head. So everybody
Sounds racist, but all right.
was really into. No, not at all.
I know.
Was
I
really
joke.
Yeah,
We
those
do
are Jimmy
jokes
Buffett
on this
fans.
show.
I'm sorry.
I said we do jokes on this show.
So it was a great concert. I've been to quite a few of his concerts, and I feel like, you know, his music was very like fun and easygoing, and
That's what I keep seeing people post that it's like a lot of people together just to have a good time and
Yeah.
just, you know.
I didn't even know he was a musician. I thought he was an actor after seeing
That's
Who.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
mean, he does such a good job in
I
that
thought
movie.
he was just a restaurateur.
a professor,
And he's
actually
also
a teacher.
He's also in Jurassic World. He plays man running away with 2 margaritas in his hands, and that's true.
Really?
Thank
Well,
you,
I hope
Mom
that's
Brain.
how he took off from the planet.
Hello, NickyHill. It's good to see you 2 weeks in a row.
It's nice to be here.
Deux is here as well. Kirby is not here, but he sends a hello. I am here.
Kirby,
Josh
we speak your name.
Josh Grobot is here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Josh. How are you doing, my friend? Have a good week? Hanging and banging? Good to know.
Boring.
Oh, okay. Boring week. Why? Why is that? No
Sorry,
Tetris?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay. Typical Josh. Thank you. And George is here.
Yes, I'm gonna be
Buongiorno.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow. George fired up for today, huh?
Added a little tahini to these limes.
I-
It's spicy.
I am not familiar with margaritas. Do they have limes in them?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
then, George, have at it. You got all those limes. I'm sure you could spare a few for a margarita.
Rest in peace.
Oh, that's
think,
nice. of
I
you,
think
George.
he can just step in and take over where Jimmy Buffett left off. Really,
I mean, look at the smile on
Jimmy
his face.
Buffett
Who
to
wouldn't
George
want him?
Buffet.
Wait a minute. Wait a darn minute. I got to go back here in the annals, or as some people say, anals
You got to go back there in the anals.
I got to go back into the anals. Yeah, hold on 1 second.
A big
Uh,
hello to my fans.
I just want to check my facts here before, whole bunch of companies started podcasts recently. So when I search podcasts, a lot more comes up on GoNintendo than usual. But if I'm correct, there it is. GoNintendo Podcast, webisode 885. We have a picture of George
No way.
and Jimmy Buffett hanging out together.
Oh.
Man, George, you got to
You
see him
got that in the Discord?
just a few weeks ago. I hope you two had a nice time. I hope you got some great memories from it.
Man, that really was just a few weeks ago.
And
Yeah.
I hope it's a very long time before you see each other again.
There you go. Posted in the Discord proof that George and Jimmy Buffett were hanging out. They look great together.
Just like my limes, it's bittersweet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, George.
I mean, there's nothing
Hopefully-
sweet about him passing away, but it's
Oh, him passing away. I thought you said basting away. I was like,
Basting.
what?
Bassin, the Buffett Bassin.
Well, his legacy lives on through most of us, and his memories will live on through you, George, because you can regale us with a whole bunch of stories about him as the years go on. Yes, Highlane Tom says the Go Nintendo podcast illustration curse. We should go look at some other
Oh,
episodes
no,
and
is
see
that a
who
thing?
else we. Well, it is now.
Oh, we should. We
Just
should
a few
notify
episodes ago.
Charles
3
Martinet.
episodes ago. Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. Hello, Storbis Corbin and Tony De La Mancha and Vachi and Highlane Tom and I Stilbert and Thrillium Squillium. What a great name. Red Souza, No Blades, No Bows. Thank you for that wonderful gif of Grogu. Alternate Liz, PT. PT says he's wasting away in heaven now. Sneaker Hacks, good to see you. Nico Darunia, yes, PT, I saw your Eddie Burback video. I happen to be an Eddie Burback fan, so I have seen that video of him going to every Margaritaville in the country. I don't know. Hi, William George. I don't know how long ago he put that video out. I know it's pretty recent, but I watched it maybe 2 weeks ago or
Is
something.
that-
Very interesting.
Is that a real mustache?
Yes, that is a real
It's a
mustache.
good mustache.
It's an excellent mustache, yes. Hello, Roth. Hello, Blood Ocean. Hello, Anastasia Beaver has some. We got a packed crew in here today.
That is a Brimley mustache. There.
Eddie Burback is a YouTube personality. He worked with Gus Johnson,
Is he a
who
fan?
ended. I don't know who ended a
The
hydrate.
Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson ended up being, let's just leave it at a bad person. And he was doing a podcast with
internet?
Eddie, and Eddie cut ties with him and has continued his career, and it's been quite illustrious. So good for
As
Eddie.
long as he doesn't cut off that stash.
Come on, that's his trademark. That's like me cutting off
I
my
wonder what
beard. You
the-
can't do
what-
that.
I wonder what the hardest thing about his job is.
Mustache, definitely mustache. So yeah, if you want to see somebody visit all of the Margaritaville locations in the United States, and I believe one in Canada, you can check out his video. And he goes with someone, and whoever he went with, I forget their name. Forgive me.
Had a heart attack and died.
They also did their own video on the same trip. It was, there's some really fun Margaritavilles. There's some
Canada.
really bad ones. Yeah, there's one in Canada.
They
Just over
probably
the
just
border.
have frozen margaritas. Am I right?
I believe they had some different things on their menu.
Do we have to go to New York City to go to one?
That
or-
was one of the worst.
Would you like me to look them up?
Look for the closest one.
Yeah.
The one in Florida, I remember, looked really awesome. Like it was actually like, Margaritaville has like a vibe to it, but the one in Florida was like out on the water.
You
on
think
a
that
dock.
would be the place to have a Margaritaville?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Key West is like his
Oh yeah.
jam. So
Yes, PT. I also saw his
Source,
Ghost
source,
Kitchen video. Very
source.
informative. So yes, this is now the Eddie Burback.
you guys want to
podcast.
take a Margaritaville cruise? I've
No.
seen some TikToks of those. They looked a little rough.
The state of the world when it comes to health issues not great right now. I'm definitely not going to cram onto a cruise, but
There's a nude optional bar in Key West that I went to, and we were like, me and the guys were all like, "Ooh, this is gonna be awesome." We get there, the only naked people there are old men.
Were
Oh,
you
and
guys?
They're sitting. Well, we wore our clothes, but yeah, like these old naked men are sitting like directly on bar stools, and we were just like,
Nice.
"What?" Like,
nice.
not as sexy as you'd think.
That's what I would expect.
I
Uh,
have
like
some really
a
great news, guys.
Nude optional, just the old men.
1 second. Thrillium says there's a Margaritaville resort in Missouri. That's something I learned in this video from Eddie. I knew there were Margaritaville restaurants. I didn't know there were whole like resorts where you stayed at. Like there's
Oh, yeah.
themed hotels that are all Margaritaville. Yes,
Well, good news.
he's alive.
There's a Margaritaville in Atlantic City and in New York City, which is probably more feasible. But and it looks like the one in New York has a huge Statue of Liberty in the middle of it.
It is, believe it or not,
Ooh.
the only one that has that. Yes.
Wow.
The
Atlantic City one is on the beach.
if I remember correctly, in his video, he says none of them have food that's horrendous. It's all just
That's a
like,
glowing
yeah,
review.
You know, it's not bad.
Probably
a
like
couple of them had,
Applebee's kind of level.
yeah. A couple of them had stuff
Planet
that was
Hollywood.
good, but yeah, you know, you're going for the atmosphere, for the people, for the vibes, for Jimmy himself, and I bet they're overloaded today with people getting drunk and yelling and singing his songs. And
Caribbean chicken egg rolls, volcano nachos, spinach and artichoke dip, wings,
I'm gonna say some of those meals are
quesadilla.
not authentic.
fried pickles, shrimp. Those are your appetizers. Some
Shrimp.
salads,
BT says, as the kids would say, mid. Yeah, that's true.
fish and chips, teriyaki chicken and shrimp, fish tacos, crab cakes, like stuff you'd.
Vachi says Applebee's is only worth it for the appetizers. Applebee's has been blowing up for the appetizers because people are going in and eating as many boneless wings as they can stomach. So yeah, I've seen that all over
What do
the
they
place.
have? All you can eat wings.
Yeah,
Is
all.
that the guy that just got arrested?
But I've seen so many videos of that. Yeah, you pay whatever it is, and you can get as many wings as you want.
I want wings.
Keep them coming.
Desserts. There are 2 desserts.
At Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, key lime pie and
There you go,
molten
George.
chocolate bundt
Oh,
cake.
yeah. Oh, that's mine. There you go.
They also, for Kirby, have Pib Extra.
Oh,
They actually have pretty good drinks. They have
margaritas.
They have Red Bull, which is kind of a weird thing to find on like a restaurant menu.
Come and relax at Margaritaville with a nice Red Bull.
But they also have Gold Peak iced tea, Barks root beer, Coke Diet Coke Sprite, High C fruit punch.
Oh, now that's a good one.
Mhm.
Well, there you go.
That's just Barks root beer, but looking over your shoulder, for some reason I thought it said Barry's.
What do you mean
Yeah,
Barks has
Barry's root
bite?
beer?
What do you mean berries has bite?
Thank you
Johnny?
for that information. We did our tribute to Jimmy Buffett. There you go. We got. I don't know anything about the guy other than he had a couple hit songs and he's got a restaurant chain.
My
That's it.
dad said he died a billionaire.
I'm sure he did. Restaurants and hotels and song licensing and acting and
Oh,
Well,
man,
I mean-
his room in heaven's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I guess all
Right,
Depends
'cause-
on how much of that billion he gave to the man upstairs.
Oh,
you got to pay that guy?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
oh no!
Every week.
It's a bed and breakfast.
Every week. Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, not. Well, I guess it depends on where you're going, but one of them, yes, you got to pay him every week. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Moving on. There was a Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct this week. We got 15 plus minutes of footage of the game, which we'll talk about later.
I
But
think if there's a sequel, they'll call it Super Mario Brothers Tutor.
Thank you so much for
Tutor.
playing my game.
you got the rim shot there. You haven't used it in a while
It's not
because
worth
he's not
it.
around.
It's not worth it.
I don't know what they'll call a potential
wait.
sequel.
Yeah, Tutor. And what's a gaseous animal? Toots.
Horses, cows.
Ox.
Sure.
Ox.
Cows.
Farting like an ox.
There was one thing I
They're the
played.
reason for the heat these days.
There's
huh?
one thing I played for MomBrain from this direct. We now officially, no denying, have the pronunciation of a longtime Mario enemy. The guys in the
Wario.
clouds that throw things. What are they called?
Lakitu,
No,
Lakitu,
they're called Lakitu. Lakitu.
I thought we knew that.
No, we didn't know the official pronunciation.
I actually think we did.
No, we didn't, NickyHill. What we saw was a live stream of some employee at Nintendo playing the game and saying it the way they said it.
I think
Now we have a recorded presentation from Nintendo with the pronunciation. That's it. Lakitu.
I think it's just
Lakitu.
we've heard people say Lakitu,
Right.
but it's just that you couldn't have said before like, well, that's definitely how you say it. Now I guess you can.
Yeah.
So it's not
Or you
like
better-
it's
you
new
better.
to us, but that's just how.
After this presentation, we've seen it it's locked in. That's
well,
it.
well, if we're going by this presentation, then we're also calling them two types of toads or whatever they called them. It's Buckenberry and a la Gold.
Now, see,
I won't hear anything else.
when they showed the two characters, I was like, do it. Say their names.
They'll never
their
say it
names.
again. They'll never say it again.
Those were internal names that Nintendo's employees used, but yet they're just like two types of toads. And I'm like, disrespectful. They got names.
Unbelievable.
Fans know their names, as Deux said, Buckenberry and a la Gold. But nope, just two toads. I'll be Toad, and you also be Toad. Come on. We can't even, I guess
that
you're
is
supposed to
not
call them Blue Toad and Yellow Toad. Seems a little
Might
racist.
cool it down a little in here.
Is the air on?
Well, it's possible it's not because you replaced the batteries.
Go check that out.
Oh, batteries.
Batteries in the.
Thermostat
Oh, I was going to say.
in the air
What kind
conditioner.
of batteries do you put in that thing out there?
Yeah, it was blinking low
Drain
battery.
the blinker fluid in the car.
Yep.
Replace the air conditioner battery.
So there you go. We have our official pronunciation. Don't you dare say anything else or you're wrong. But Deux is right. It's more important that somebody gets on Nintendo and it's like, hey, these guys got names here. They deserve to be spoken. None of this. Oh, heard the air. Come on now. None of this blue and gold crap. So, or blue and yellow crap. Moving on. One more thing. I don't really have too much to talk about today before we get into news. Oh, I just got a deal from Wario64, Deux.
What kind of deal?
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Geralt in bathtub polyresin statuette, $62. There you go.
Oh man, that's a steal at that
That's
price.
Wario 64.
Wario64, let me tell you what he says. I tweet deals which may contain affiliate links. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. He's prolific in the world of gaming deals. He has 1.1 million followers on X. He's pinned at the top of his X profile is a message. No, it's gone. He used to have something pinned there from Suda51.
You sure it's not X'd?
No, it says pinned. I had to look to make sure. He used to have something there from Suda51 that was like, who's this Wario guy? I want to meet him. So Suda51's a fan. But anyway, yeah, he does a lot of really, really great information on deals for gaming.
Let's put it this way: when you're looking for your next Final Fantasy VII real sex doll,
No, not him.
he'll have it.
Not him.
Oh no,
a thing?
There's your Geralt bathtub.
made by
chat.
SquareSoft too. Like it's like official, right? Is that true? It's
No,
not true.
no, it's another company that made it. It is an official
But they made
Square
like
Enix.
there's something like this big that's like
I think
fully
it's-
nude, right?
I think it's bigger. I
but
think it's like
it's
double
just
that
not
size.
it's not effable size like human effable. It's like a naked.
Depends on how determined you
statue?
are.
I'm pretty determined.
And it's very pricey. What was I saying? Oh yeah, one more thing. One more. My wife loves you. I have talked about this a little bit on Patreon this week, and I've been very surprised but very pleased to see it. Apparently, Netflix has done it. They've made a live-action anime adaptation that is actually good, and it makes critics and fans happy. One Piece is apparently very good. I've seen 8s, if not higher, all over the place.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Yeah, when it was
I saw
announced, I was like, uh-oh.
It was a headline, but I didn't read it because
It wasn't on, was
Why
it,
would I?
MomBrain?
It was. I just
Oh, bumped
put
it.
down a tick.
somebody commented saying that Netflix did with One Piece what they do with everything else. Like they took something that was incredibly rich with content and just made it like internet content. Like they didn't do it justice.
You know, I saw that. So that was an article, right?
I think it was a
Yes,
headline.
because I
at
saw the
least.
headline and I was like, I'm not even going to read this because I already see the slant they're trying to do. So I avoided it. But I saw the headline and I was like, what a stupid headline. Not getting my time. So I moved on.
So the new show One Piece is not one piece of crap.
It is not one
Ew.
piece of crap. It seems like the
Nice.
majority of
Many
fans.
pieces of crap.
So critics like it, definitely. Critics like it, but fans like it even more. And I
And
said on
fans
Patreon,
are the worst.
if it was a bad adaptation, fans would dogpile on it. They'd downvote it and score it negatively into oblivion. So fans are very happy with it. Also, yeah, like there's a lot of episodes of One Piece. I think there's over 1,000 episodes. So obviously, when you're adapting something into another version, live action or whatever, some things are going to have to be condensed. I don't know how condensed they are, but it seems like fans are enjoying what's there so far. So if only it could have happened one show sooner with Cowboy Bebop, but nope.
It's
Go for it.
It's funny how if it's video game related, you don't want anything of it. No remakes, no adaptations. Don't even do it for me. But then if it's like, a movie or an anime or something, you're just like, yeah, give me the, dumbed down, truncated version with humans that aren't as good as the anime or whatever.
I will keep my cool here, but I would like to push back. Did I say I wanted it?
No, you didn't.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want it, and
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want it, and it makes me feel the exact same way. I get sad because I know some people will watch that and never watch the original cartoon because of why would they watch a cartoon? It's a cartoon. Come on. So I feel exactly the same way.
Children.
But also, I feel the same way as I do with games in the sense that maybe there will be a very small group of people who watch that and they're like, I want to go see the original, and they'll read the manga, or they'll watch the anime, something like that. So I feel the same way. Yeah,
You seem a little bit more enthusiastic about this though than if a remake did well. You know,
I'm only enthusiastic in the sense that it seems like fans are happy about this one, and it's not tainting the legacy of it, or not even tainting the legacy because the original still exists, but. With Cowboy Bebop that came out, and I know people who watch that and were like, well, this is horrible, and now they'll never touch the original because they'll be like, why would I? I've already seen how bad it is. So people never stop to think maybe they're doing a new version of this because the original is so good. Like they're trying to show people who wouldn't watch cartoons, hey, this is worth your time, except they did a horrible job.
Yeah.
But with One Piece, I know the creator of One Piece was very heavily involved, and they really talked to him about, like, we're going to do this. We're thinking about handling things this way. What did you mean with this character? So he's in step with them, and he's all about it. So it seems, surprisingly, it paid off if you talk to the creator and get his input on the thing he made or the thing they made. It works out, or it's got a chance of working out. Yes, NickyHill?
I just wanted to let you know, I don't know when it's going to be removed from Max, but Over the Garden Wall is going to be removed. And
I
it's
read
like,
just in time for fall. Yeah.
Yeah, just in time for the perfect time.
Just in
to
time.
watch.
That's what everybody's
Watch it
saying.
one more time.
Everybody's saying, like, why would you now of all times is when you're going to
You know what? I don't know what they're doing over there. At
They're
Discovery,
hemorrhaging money.
Warner Brothers
Yikes.
Discovery.
They're
Max.
yanking all that stuff
just-
so they can just make their money off of Dr. Pimple Popper and My Foot Has a Growth. Or I'm not knocking those shows, but Discovery
I've seen
shows are
everything.
making way more money, and they are dirt cheap to make versus Over the Garden Wall or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
and with the writer's strike going on, there's only going to be more of that stuff. There's going to be more body ailments turned into TV shows and My 700-Pound Dog or something. I don't know. Again, if you enjoy that stuff,
Bo Nugget.
you go right ahead.
Bo
That's
Nugget,
totally
we speak your name.
fine. One more thing about One Piece, and then I'll continue. I've mentioned before on the podcast that I really wanted to get into One Piece, but there's just so many episodes, and people suggested
That would look cute on you. A One Piece?
reading the manga, and I was like, yeah, I should do that. Well, I've finally broken in. I started watching One Piece. I was like, the excitement's here for the new show. I feel like it's the same thing that happened to me with Marvel, where I was like, I'm missing out on part of the conversation and the fun. Like, I want to be in the know. I want to see what's going on. So I started watching One Piece. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I really like it. I'm excited to see where it goes, but obviously there's a lot of content ahead of me. But yeah, it's fun. I can feel it sinking its hooks into me.
Only
So
998 episodes to go before you can watch Attack on Titan season 2 and
I
talk
think-
to me about it finally.
Or Spy X Family and finish it so we could talk about
So
it.
all the things that he convinced all of us to watch, like he hasn't followed through.
We're past him on all of it. Only Murders in the Building he told me to watch. I'm way past him.
Yeah,
Can't
that
talk
one I
about
still
anything
don't
with him.
understand.
Anyways, you were saying?
no, just letting you guys go.
We got to wait for one of his family members to mention, like, oh, you should watch this, and he'll that night, boom,
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched the whole
Oh,
thing. Oh, it's
yeah.
incredible. Did you
I'll
guys
give
watch it yet?
I'll give you a chance to push back before I do.
push back on him. Why? I agree with what he said.
Who else wants me to watch Attack on Titan?
Probably like one of your cousins, but you were too busy watching like the movies that they recommended for you
Different cousin.
that you didn't like and
Different-
are recommending to like 4 or 5 other people
You
too,
know,
which I don't understand.
I'm taking a different approach. Let it all out, everybody.
I'm letting it
Go-
out. What do
go
you
right
think
ahead.
I'm doing?
Probably was like,
He watched a
Listen,
movie on a
listen,
recommendation
cuz-
the second he was recommended it from his cousin when I've been trying to get him to watch stuff for weeks and weeks. And then he didn't like the movie. And then he told 4 or 5 people, including me, to watch it.
do you know,
Am I allowed to just factually correct
Like,
things, or
4
should I
or
just
5
let
years
fly?
ago, I saw a movie and I was like, yeah, it affected me personally. It's pretty incredible.
Big Top Pee Wee.
Talked about it for months, years even, because it's been years. And then his cousin mentioned it and he watched it that night. So like,
It's hurtful.
I don't know how I
See
feel.
why
I
it'd be
feel
hurtful.
like
I
garbage.
could see why that'd be hurtful.
Well, guys, instead of getting, I'll just let you all go, and I'll say I apologize.
He let us go.
For
We can leave.
I fired my friends. I hired old men. I apologize for hurting you. It is not intentional. And I'd like a clean slate if you're willing. And if you are willing, please write down something you would like me to watch, and I will get on it this weekend. You have my word.
No, it's
I
all
don't
right.
know.
You enjoy
I
One
mean,
Piece.
at this point, for me to recommend
I'm not being a jerk.
anything-
I'm seriously like I honestly don't really like. I want you to watch what you want to watch. Like that's
Well, I'm telling you, I
But
want to
yeah.
watch. I want
How
to.
many times have we been like, "Oh, this is incredible! You should watch it," and he doesn't watch it, and then the one time you, or like anytime
One
you go,
Piece. It's
"Don't
called
watch
One
this
Piece.
ever! It's garbage! You're gonna hate it." He's like, "Oh, I watched it last night. Thanks for the recommendation."
that is true. That is true. He'll do that.
This guy.
He'll watch things we tell him not to watch, but
Instantly.
It's yeah, that is
Instantly.
kind of funny.
He's got the Zach Morris like
sweating a little bit.
timeout. The whole world freezes, and he gets right back to you, and he's like, "Yeah, you told me not to watch it. I liked it."
I haven't watched The Flash yet.
I mean, that's
Okay,
not worth.
so yeah.
Whoa.
So one thing out of like
Okay,
800
all right.
things. I mean,
I already asked this question. Am I allowed to respond, or should I just let you go?
and to be honest, I never told you not to watch The Flash. I just told you I didn't care for it.
The first thing you said was, "It's not worth your time. Don't watch it." And
That
then
could
you
have been me
talked about The
saying it.
Flash. I don't remember what you said.
Oof.
You
Cold.
were talking about The Flash.
I haven't been here for months, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I don't remember anything."
You were talking about The Flash, and I said, "Talk to Dewey." Just watched it. That's what I remember because I haven't seen it.
Look, just be happy when the live action Fooly Cooley comes out, and you got Chris
Oh,
Pratt
my
and
God.
like Josh Brolin in there playing Forehead Man and whoever else is in that.
Forehead Man.
Takun. Takun, right?
The boy. He's playing a little boy. Is that what you're talking
Forehead
about?
boy.
Look, I it's not an official rumor. I was trying to. I was
okay.
It didn't come across his
I was
desk.
trying to be
Not
biting.
yet. Not yet. I was thinking either Eyebrow Man or Forehead Boy, but we got Forehead Man. So, it's a movie. It's live action. They're probably going to combine a few characters into one. So
Yeah,
crazier things have
I
happened.
need to rewatch the show. It's been a long time since I saw it. I remember there being a lot of sexual innuendo and stuff like that. So I guess
There is.
thinking that he's a man and not a boy is not abnormal. but
Well, there's
it's just me.
that's a whole analysis of the show. She's doing that to grow the things out of their head. And then there's the man who still acts like a boy who couldn't grow the big things out of his head. And that's why he wears those giant eyebrows.
Got to keep the imagination going. Is the stay young at heart, I believe, is the lesson.
And that new Fooly Cooley's right around the corner. I don't remember what it's called. What is that called?
Folly Cully.
I gotta look it up. 'cause it's
Fooly
gonna drive me nuts.
Tooly.
Mm.
You are.
Sorry to get you off track with this
No.
nonsense.
Now I want.
Full
Hey,
of
that's what the
shovel,
show's
am I
about.
right?
That's what the show's about. Grunge, Fooly Cooley Grunge.
Full of
is what
grunge,
it's
yeah.
called. There you go. Coming out soon. I wish I knew the release date. September 9th. Oh my God. Next week. It's next week. Wow. I hope it's good. Will it be? Maybe.
Will it be?
I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I'll find out. Oh, I see the eyebrows. Ice Dilbert. Nice Tanjiro in there. I like that. They were just talking about that on H3 today. Demon Slayer, the episode I'm listening to. But anyway, That's all we got. Let's move into regular news.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh,
Finally.
my sister picked up a tub of therapy dough. I mean, perfect time because on the podcast when she was playing with that Play-Doh, everybody was mesmerized by it. So there's your what's a general? Just therapy dough. There's your update from my sister. For all you people who are interested in that. Yes, NickyHill?
I don't know what therapy dough is.
It's that little pot of like Play-Doh like stuff that I got.
That's not just the money you
Did
set
she get
aside
Pinch
for
Me, or did she get
medical
another brand?
help.
Huh?
Did she get Pinch Me, or did she get?
I haven't texted her.
Got a tub of cash set aside. I call my therapy dough.
This is breaking news. All right, what do we got this week? We got a lot of stuff. Let me tell you. Here's a fun one. MomBrain, you're a book person.
I sure am.
We have a list of the top 10 books in the United States for July 2023. And I would love to tell them to you. Nintendo, I'm doing the podcast, so this is why I'm voice noting you. Is it actual therapy dough? Yes.
Is one of the books like the Tears of the Kingdom guide or something?
Well, let's find out together. Starting with number 10, Twisted Love. You familiar? You're the book person here, and I'll make do the lesser book person. You're a reading man.
I wouldn't say he's
I know how
a
to read.
lesser book person.
I mean, like in the know about what's going on with books, right? Do you
Certainly
keep
not.
up?
Certainly not.
Icebreaker is number 9.
It doesn't ring a bell.
It starts with us.
That rings a bell.
It ends with us.
Yep.
Those
Is
are
that Colleen Hoover?
Number 8. It is Colleen
Yeah.
Hoover. Tell me about it. I'm interested.
I was not interested in either of those. They don't really sit in my wheelhouse. It's not that I'm. Oh yeah.
Nintendo got Pinch Me Therapy Dough, which is what I have. She got Peace Scented. Don't know what that sounds like.
Huh.
So I guess these books are doing well. Both of them are they brand new or are they just climbing the charts?
They're not brand new. They're just they've been up there a while. I think.
Making moves. Beyond the Story.
Nope.
Beyonce story.
Baking Yesteryear.
Nope.
Number 4.
Wait, Baking Yesteryear. Who's the?
B. Dylan Hollis.
Let me see.
I told you everything.
Oh, there's not a picture.
Nope. Baking Yesteryear. B. Dylan Hollis. DK Publishing. Not related to Donkey Kong. And now I've given you everything in the picture.
I think I worked on a show with that person, but I don't know.
Number 4. NickyHill got it. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. There you go.
Yeah.
The guidebook. Number 3. Too Late.
Oh no, I didn't work with that person.
Number 2.
Too late.
National Geographic Road Atlas 2024.
Nice.
That's
RMC would never need one, so why would anyone else need one?
You know who never mind. You should send that to our friend whose father had the
That's
atlas out in the
exactly
car.
what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I don't need the book, but apparently a lot of people are going somewhere and don't have phones.
Well, if you were in our car, you literally couldn't avoid seeing a map.
Yeah, I'm confused between phones and
outside in the real
screen
world,
dashes.
sometimes signal doesn't get to all places, and you
It's
could run into
true.
trouble if you don't have a World Atlas 2024.
No. Road Atlas, not World Atlas.
Road.
Just Road. And number 1, Fourth Wing.
Can I see the cover?
No, you can't because I don't have it.
Is it about
Rebecca
dragons?
Yaros.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I'm reading you.
Yeah.
If I have a list, is all
I
I
think
got.
I know
for you.
exactly.
But there you go.
I was getting confused because you showed MomBrain something on your phone, but it was a picture from Nintendo, and for some reason I was like, "Oh, he's showing her a cover of the book." That's
No.
why I was asking for the cover of the other book.
Nope.
That person
He was
Baking
showing her
Yesteryear,
Peace.
that's that TikTok guy who goes, "Eggies," and then everything that he bakes, he eats, and it's like the world has ended.
I don't know this guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't.
Tell me more.
He's a blonde guy who's like really skinny and he likes baking things. We talked about it because you made something that I think he made at some point. You didn't make it because of him.
I don't know this man. I don't think I've seen him. You could show him to me. I'll tell you if I'm wrong.
Show us the Eggies, man.
My sister said yes. She needs the therapy dough because she's outside at a brewery and children keep inching closer and closer.
That's what the beer's for.
I get it.
That's why they keep inching closer and closer. They're like, "You got games on your phone? You got Play-Doh?"
So guides might not be as popular as they used to be, but apparently people need that guy
like a
for
young Bill Maher.
Tears of the Kingdom. So
Or Bill Nye.
there you go. That's our top 10.
It's got a bow tie.
But
I'll let him go. I'll let him go on that one.
I have seen that guy. You are correct. Yes. He's like an actual like television chef in the UK.
Is he?
Yes.
And he goes, eggies.
And he's like he writes cookbooks and
In the
everything.
UK?
Yes.
I don't think I never heard an accent. I don't think.
I know for sure the book is popular in the UK because I was like, this guy's annoying. Does he just
because
TikTok
he's doing,
annoying or like is he actually somebody? And I looked him up
Because he does like old fashioned,
Yes.
I mean, some of them are interesting because they're like Depression era. So it's like saltines and
Butter.
milk, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds great to me, but so there you go. That's your top 10
But his
books.
banter works.
Zelda at number 4. Storbus Corbin says, I know nothing about these books, even though I can imagine what National Geographic Road Atlas 2024 is about, but find it interesting that it ends with us beat out. It starts with us on the list. Well, I'm guessing it ends or it starts with us is older. So that's what Matthew Lesko. It looks like Matthew Lesko.
Well, that's Hailey and Tom said that's the only bow tie guy he trusts, but like that was your costume.
The money man,
right?
Matthew Lesko, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine it starts with us is lower on the list because it's been out longer. So people already have that one, but they are neck and neck. So, but I'm sure there's people out there who start with the other one and they go back to read that first one and are like, oh, I've done this backwards. We got it. A new milestone for the Switch in the United States. Believe it or not, the Switch has sold over 40 million units in the United States. And
You're gonna have to do better than that.
And that is enough to put it past the Wii. It surpassed the Wii. Remember how
a dead system? Come on.
Juggernaut of a system the Wii was, while the Switch is even bigger. And by this time in its lifespan, the Wii was not really selling a lot. And for the Switch, it's quite the opposite. The system is still selling multiple millions each fiscal year.
So is that officially Nintendo's best-selling console?
Best-selling console ever. So you're talking about only consoles?
Yeah, because the only thing I could think that beat it was what, a 3DS maybe, or the Game Boy Advance.
The DS is their best-selling piece of hardware ever. So, but console-wise, yes, it has to be. Like the NES sold like 60 million, Super Nintendo sold less than that, N64 less than that, GameCube less than that, Wii U obviously no, and then Switch. So yeah, Switch would be your number one best-selling console.
They did it
for Nintendo. To put things in perspective, yes.
No, that's true. You said it's true.
That's less than 1 million units away from outselling the Xbox 360 in the United States, and roughly 5 million away from outselling the PS2 in the United States. PS2, Sony's best-selling console in general. So both of those are very doable, especially with the holiday season coming and Mario coming out as well. 360,
wasn't the PS2
no doubt, that's
like
beaten.
still selling just a couple of years ago or something?
You know, I don't want to say a couple of years ago, but it's definitely more recent than you would think. Yeah, because for a long time there, EA was like, we'll keep putting out FIFA for this system, and people were buying it. So they don't do that anymore, but it would be more recent than you'd expect. Yeah. So congrats to Nintendo. And yeah, like I said, with Super Mario Brothers Wonder coming out, you're going to have, man, it'd probably move another million in the United States alone during this holiday season. Just hardware we're talking about in the US specifically. So obviously worldwide it'll be like 3 to 5 million in this fiscal quarter. I would
What
guess.
about the new Switch, the special,
the Red Mario one?
Yeah.
What about it?
How many
People will buy
million?
that.
How
That'll
many
give it a
millions
pop.
do you think that's going to sell just because it's like red and says Mario or whatever?
I mean, it'll sell. It'll be big during the holiday season, but I don't know enough data to guess like OLED variants how much they'll sell. I really have no idea. I don't even know if we've seen breakdowns of that before. We've seen breakdowns of Switch Lite, but I don't know about.
Is the
Animal
system a
Crossing.
system seller?
Well, A, it's a new version. Yes. B, it's Mario related. Yes. Wonder's coming out. It's the perfect pairing. So yeah, people will buy it. I like it. Like you and I were talking about before the show. I like it, but I also
and jelly.
I don't want to say I don't like it, but it's both underwhelming and understated. Understated doesn't mean a bad thing. But
It's red. I'll give
it's
them
red.
that.
It's got the little Mario, which I like. You know, it's a Mario one, and you're like, the real fans know this is Mario. It's not like Mario's all over this thing. And the coins in the back, I'm a sucker for that. So Kurbo says, I don't ever recall a console still being this
There's
strong,
coins
this
in the
late in its
back.
lifetime. I would argue maybe the PS2, but we just weren't seeing the reports of data as often as we do now because things weren't covered as well back then. So probably the PS2. But that's a very much a United States thing, whereas the Switch is worldwide still very popular. There's nowhere in the world where Switch is dying. It's doing well everywhere.
And if it ever surpasses the DS, it'll be the best-selling console and handheld system.
That's
Isn't that
right.
a cool stat?
I don't think it'll surpass the DS. That would be crazy. I want to say the DS is at like, I don't know. I didn't even want to guess. I was going to say 140 to 150 million. You know, it's possible. It's possible. We'll find out. We're not going to do those two.
Yeah, anything that makes this unique and specific to Mario is in the back. It's in the back.
Isn't the Mario in the front?
No, he's in the back.
Mario's in the back.
He's in the back corner as well.
Oh, so nothing on the front, just red.
There's a silhouette in the back.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Everything.
You know, Wonder, the developers this week talked about how Wonder is all about secrets and mysteries.
Wonders.
Nintendo Live 2023 is going on. MomBrain's not here right now. She's doing something else.
I mean, but we don't have a button
Looking
for
at,
Wonder.
I'm looking at some manga
What are you
That's
looking at?
hentai.
Why?
recommendations. Alternate was making recommendations.
That's hentai, Mom Brain.
yeah.
We were talking about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Nintendo Live 2023 is going on right now.
Is it?
Right this moment. Yes, it is day 2 of
Okay.
Nintendo Live 2023. Tournaments. Go get your pictures taken with a whole bunch of Mario people. Play demos of games that aren't
Just
out
a bunch
yet.
of guys named Mario.
Go play Super Mario Brother.
Also, some
Wonder.
women named Maria.
There's probably a Maria there. Yes, or
Why is it Maria and
not Mario?
Mario? Yeah,
Ask the people that are named that. I don't know.
Maria. It's
Maria.
Maria.
If only you knew someone you could ask.
Maria.
My sister's not gonna know.
Oh, well, you won't know until you ask.
Maria. That's I'm gonna call her that.
Call her that from now on. Yeah. So yeah, Nintendo Live 2023
Just
is
like
going on.
Wario.
But just
You
a
get
couple
it?
days before it took place, Nintendo couldn't even wait. They were too excited. They shared news of Nintendo Live 2024. They announced the first Nintendo Live of next year in Tokyo. It's at Tokyo Big Sight Exhibition Center. It takes place January 20th and 21st. There will be Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Splatoon 3 tournaments for people to participate in. And yes, you can win some fancy prizes. There will obviously
Next
be
year?
merch.
Well, spoiler.
Yeah.
Now we
Fabulous
know.
prizes.
There's not gonna be new games.
Yeah,
for
we're not
those.
getting a new Splatoon. We're not getting a new Smash Brothers. Unbelievable, this news. Sorry, I'm just trying to spice it up a bit.
Go right ahead.
He's
I'm
right,
not
though.
mad at all about this.
If
you thought I was.
No, I didn't at all. But also they did announce a double announcement that's actually really awesome and I'm very jealous of. There will be another Splatoon concert. So you can attend this concert in person. It will focus on music from Splatoon 3. And yes, it will have a live performance from Deep Cut. So that's awesome. I don't know if that's their first stage performance or not, but
Is that the band in the game?
yes.
Is it real people?
I
Is it
don't know
gonna
how
be
to
real
answer
squids?
this now. They do stage shows where you go to a concert and they have the hologram projections, and Deep Cut will be there on stage performing, but the band that does the music is also there. So
Wow.
it's like Gorillas. It's as real as the Gorillas. How about that?
Okay. I don't even know what the gorillas are.
The band, the Gorillas, the
Is that
animated
Zoo?
band.
Is at the
They've been
show?
around for what, a decade and a
hit
half.
animated
two
band.
decades?
never
I
seen
think
their-
real
their
people
tour.
I got
Their-
you.
play
their-
the music and
Well, that's what
and-
goes on here.
Oh.
It's what, yeah. It's
Well,
that's why I
all
said
our
it.
minds are
That's
getting
why I
blown
did it.
today.
That's why I did the whole thing, because they're exactly like the Gorillaz. It's a real band, with real singers and real musicians.
But this
and
one's
they
for
are on
children.
stage and they are playing. But also on this stage is Deep Cut. They will be there on stage, presented holographically.
Oh, like Tupac.
Deep Cut sounds
Yes,
really mature for such a child's game.
I'll bite. Go ahead.
It just sounds
I'll let
very
you guys
emo
run
or
wild
something,
today.
doesn't it?
No, I would say Deep Cut is like a record, like an album where you're like, oh, that's a real deep cut.
Oh, look at you.
I mean, you know, it is a band. I did think music first, so think slitting wrists right away.
Now we know
But
where
it
I
could. But anyway, there's that concert.
But do they like? Is there a splash zone at these concerts where
Amazing.
they squirt people with ink, colored ink? I mean, that I would
See,
attend.
that makes sense. There is not. There, I shouldn't say that. There hasn't been so far. Maybe this concert will be the one. But if you're not into the music of Splatoon 3 or Splatoon in general, you can also attend the Legend of Zelda concert. They're doing a Legend of Zelda orchestral concert, which is really awesome. And not surprisingly, it will feature music from the history of The Legend of Zelda. So again, this is only for Tokyo, January 20th and 21st. No plans announced for anywhere else in the world, but this is our first
So
Nintendo.
January.
Yeah, January. This is the third time you asked me about next year. This Nintendo Live 2023 going on right now in California. This is the first time we've had a Nintendo Live in the States. So hopefully Nintendo sees the numbers and they're like, you know, it went over really well for us, so we'll do another live outside of Japan. All speculation at this point. But if you're traveling to Japan or you live in Japan, then you can get ready for Nintendo Live 2024 in Tokyo, January 20th, 2024,
January
and the 21st
I
as
don't
well.
recall you saying January earlier. That's why I was shocked because I was thinking it was going to be this time next year.
No, they're pretty. What do we got? October, November, December, January. They got 4 months to put this together.
Next year of our Lord.
That's right. Kuribo says, I'd love the Symphony of the Goddesses tour to come back. That would be
January's a tough time. Doesn't Japan get like
A lot of
4,000 feet
suicide.
of snow? What's that?
cool.
Huh?
They do get a lot of snow. That's true. We have our correspondent, Court Jester. We could ask him how bad it is, but he sent me.
Liminal spaces or whatever.
You're
It's like-
right. Yeah, it really is. You're right. And you know, whenever it snows, the sound dampening is pretty crazy in general. But with that, it's like eerie to a degree. If people call me a Nintendo fanboy, I could point to that and be like, I don't like that they do that. I think it should include the game, but it doesn't.
And who would? And you're not necessarily a fanboy. It's not like you buy those systems
The
anyway. You don't go for that. You know.
I am
You-
a Nintendo fan, not a fanboy.
yeah.
But
You bought
yes,
a purple GameCube for God's sake.
What's
I
wrong
did.
with you?
I did.
And the guy thought what was wrong with you.
Well, I guess purple game would. Why would you get that?
Well, you
There's
didn't
black.
like explicitly ask for purple.
I didn't
You were just
care.
like, I
He,
need
that
one.
he
Yeah.
apologized.
I was like,
think.
yeah, can I play Luigi's Mansion and Super Monkey Ball? I don't care what color this.
Oh,
I
the
can't
purple
talk
one
about
doesn't play those games.
this. I can't.
purple
But
one
sir,
only
you're gonna
plays
have
Barbie
to carry.
games.
You're gonna have to carry this out of the store, sir.
yeah.
I can't, oh,
Did it
makes
not
me-
come in a
Man
box?
in the
The box has the
Burger
purple
King
GameCube on the
crown.
front.
Oh.
There's people going to throw eggs at you.
So,
They're waiting outside.
I wasn't here for this conversation. Is it really that? Oh.
There's people going to throw eggs at you.
So,
They're waiting outside.
I wasn't here for this conversation. Is it really that like offensive to people? I like purple, and I feel like it's gotten much more popular in like recent years. And
The
I
color
feel like-
purple, you mean?
Yeah.
The book? Oh,
Well, I mean, that GameCube purple's pretty bad still, even after reevaluating the color purple after all these years. Not the movie, the actual color.
I don't know. I mean, I would go for it, but I guess I'm.
What kind of GameCube what color GameCube did you have? Do you remember?
Mine was invisible.
yeah, he didn't
I
have
had a
one.
bling cube.
Oh, you didn't have one.
Mine was my GameCube was black with a big green ring on the top.
Oh, that's
Xbox
right. I
one.
forgot.
Yes, MomBrain had a platinum. I had a purple.
Like real platinum.
Oh, that platinum one was cool. I had a roommate in college
still
that
have
had
it.
that.
We do. Yes, that's the one plugged in downstairs that I used the Game Boy player on. Yep. I'm not even going to get into it because I go on a rant. So you know my feelings there. We don't need to do that again.
That you're upset about the purple?
Yes,
No.
exactly.
I'm not upset about the
That
purple.
people are upset about the purple. You don't have to get into it.
I
just
am
answer the
really
question.
trying not to get into it. Colors of systems do not matter to
Right.
me.
Especially when like
Racial.
so many companies
So-
make money by selling skins for these devices. So like just get whatever and then cover it up if you want.
That's
Add
right.
Add a little spray paint.
That's right. Man, this is very difficult for me. You're right. Yes. Cover it up with whatever you want. There are skins out there. Yeah. Are they approved
you
by
have a sticker
Nintendo
or
or
something? What is-
Microsoft or Sony? No. But if you feel you need to change the look of the system to that degree, it's your money. You go right ahead.
Didn't
Why
your
would that
disc
bother you?
like the top, didn't you change it out or something? Or you had a sticker on top of
I
your
put
GameCube?
something in there. Yeah.
in
Wasn't
there.
it a little Mario?
I
Yeah.
put a paper Mario in there. Yeah.
Inside?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could like pop the disc out.
Oh,
I popped the disc out. I found out that you could
like
remove
a
part of
like
the
a CD jewel
coloring.
case. You
Yeah.
pop it.
And I put a little paper Mario in there. Yeah.
Oh.
It's out there somewhere. Somebody's got it.
Oh, you trade that one in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Or maybe nobody's
sorry.
got it because it was a purple GameCube. Because I'm sure nobody
Still
bought it.
sitting on the shelf in the now closed GameStop at that mall.
Speaking of purple GameCube, that's where I originally played Beyond Good and Evil. Yes, I owned it for the GameCube and the PS2. Why both? Because the PS2 one, right before the game came out a week,
I remember playing that at your house for the very first time.
the demo on the
No,
rooftop
I played it
demo.
on something on your television, but yes.
Oh. I remember showing people the rooftop demo on the PC because I was blown away by it.
But that's like the best part. That's the most climactic part of the game, isn't it?
That's what you do for a demo.
Really?
Well, you don't want to
You
give people
show
a
all your
demo of
parts?
like,
That is climactic when you get to it.
I mean, it is action packed and memorable, but
I mean, just having somebody fight the first fight where it cuts into slow motion and it's like, wow, like that's what I remember. That could have been a demo.
well, it doesn't matter because it didn't blow people away anyway because
Yeah.
nobody bought that
No
game.
one was blown away.
And that rooftop demo has slow-mo in it too when you're jumping across the roofs.
No, I know. That's what makes it incredible because like it takes that what you experience earlier on and it brings it later, but with like explosions and a big chase.
But
Hama,
counterpoint-
hama.
Had a woman and you took pictures. Forget it. Double whammy. Nobody wants that. Back then, 20 years ago, come on. A
Well,
female protagonist
I
that's
mean,
not
yeah,
naked
They don't want the
and one of
pictures
her
that she's
items is a
taking.
camera.
She is rather clothed.
She's very clothed. Yeah, it's no good for 20 years ago.
It's no
definitely.
good.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe they could have made a little money if they did what Mr. Link does and takes some selfies,
well,
takes off all his clothes, stands in front
Well,
of a mushroom.
I gotta hand it to the power of the character because I absolutely love Jade, and
Yay.
she, the fact that she wore more clothes, I didn't even notice it until this conversation right now. To be honest with
Wow.
you,
There you go. Yeah, because it might be crazy, but maybe that's just something you don't notice. I think you would notice somebody who's like
wearing
very
a bikini or something.
underclothed. Yeah, exactly. Well, fans will have another chance to ignore this game all over again because an ESRB rating has popped up for Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. And yes, it was listed for Switch. It was listed for every platform, but Switch included. So we will be getting it. Ubisoft has not announced this, but it is 1 bazillion % official because it's on the ESRB website. So Ubisoft submitted it to the ESRB. They have rated it. It is happening. We just don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be the original game, obviously, but will it be completely remade visually? I don't know. Will it have extra bells and whistles? I don't know. Will it have inverse controls? I don't
I
know.
hope
Will it
so.
have art and music and stuff from Joseph Gordon-Levitt's crowdsourcing company?
Is that still around?
I don't know. It was supposed to be a big part of Beyond Good and Evil, whatever 2 was going to be called.
Well, 2's still in the works. That's all I can say. I don't know anything about that either. But yeah, so
man,
Ubisoft hasn't announced this
When I'm
yet.
working on a 2 for that long, I start getting hemorrhoids,
Oh,
Let's push it out.
poop joke.
So we're going to have to wait to get specifics on this. But
But let's hope it's not
the 3 of
shovel.
us at this table, Nicky Hill, myself, and Deux, are major fan. We are all very happy to see this
I'm
happening.
gonna get it. Are you not getting it?
I'm not getting it. No.
I've well, one of like 2 or 3 games that I've played twice.
And one of those games where I at least consider getting it because I'd be like, I want to help support it, but I know it doesn't matter. Like, there's not going to be enough copies sold where Ubisoft's like,
More copy. We would have put out the new one.
I got my GameCube and PS2 copies. I never bought the whatever the other one was, the download one.
Oh yeah, I got an Xbox 360. They had an HD version
Yep.
that was great.
Oh, that it was just
But,
download, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you still couldn't invert the controller. So I was all in the wrong brain space.
So if you guys haven't played Beyond Good and Evil, all of us would recommend that you check it out because it's a fantastic game. Hi, Backseat Studios. Good to see you. And hello, Steve Irwin. Good to see you.
Whoa.
Eileen Tom says, I have selections of Beyond Good and Evil on my jogging playlist. Such an amazing soundtrack. Carlson and Peters. Yeah, it's a great soundtrack.
DBUTT.
Don't break up the team. It's a great game, great story, great soundtrack, great characters. Still very applicable to today. It's great. It's a great game. Definitely deserved more attention, but it came out. Its launch timing was terrible. Ubisoft had no idea how to market the game because it had a female, and they're like, but she's not sexy. She's not overtly sexy. What? So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But if you've never played it, you're in for a real treat.
But her jacket on that image is pretty high there. You can see a little lower back.
Whoa.
What are you getting
I
at?
see some
the lower back.
midriff.
Yeah, we're talking
midriff?
about the era of where
Midriff?
like Dead or Alive beach volleyball
No, I know.
and like crap like
And
that.
Lara Croft was boobing all over the place.
Well, she's got guns though, so that's cool.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Jade has a camera and a stick. Like,
Oh my god, can I get any more ladylike?
And Segundo.
no.
Hey, how about that? How about
Whoa!
when we first played that game and we were like, oh my gosh, like the way to input the way to input text was that
wheel.
spiral scroll wheel thing. We were like, this is incredible. Every game should do this. How many games have done it since? 0.
There's been like very, very, very few, but it hasn't caught on. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
better way to input text without a doubt.
Mhm.
First comment comes from PT. They say it's beyond good if this comes to Switch. It's beyond evil that the sequel is in development hell. Yeah,
Is that Arc PT?
It's PT. I'm gonna guess that's Pratt Trap, not the other PT.
Oh.
Isn't that PC?
You're right. He's right. I don't know why
Oh,
we
it's
both
it's
thought that.
PC?
Yeah, man, we're both. I don't know what happened. We both had brain farts. Moving on. There was a Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct, and it showed us 15 plus minutes of new gameplay, new
Nude.
characters, new areas, new abilities, whole bunch of fun stuff. Let's see what Nintendo put in their press release. You'll be visiting the Flower Kingdom in this game. So it's adjacent to the Mushroom Kingdom, but a brand new place. They also announced the red OLED Switch Mario Edition. Can we stop that from? Is there any? It doesn't usually do that. Yeah. Can you just jostle a little bit? I'm so sorry.
My pleasure. Allow me.
In Super Mario Brothers Wonder, the benevolent Prince Florian invites Mario and his friends to the Flower Kingdom, a not-so-distant land just beyond the Mushroom Kingdom. But Bowser, the King of the Koopas, has other plans. With just a single touch of the mysterious Wonder Flower, Bowser merges with Prince Florian's castle. Thanks to his newfound power, chaos spreads, thank you, MomBrain, across the land. Now it's up to Mario and pals to stop Bowser and save the Flower Kingdom. 6 distinct worlds. Sure, Nintendo, 6. I guess we're still going to pretend that there's 6. Nintendo does it every time. Yep, there's only 6. We all know there's 8. You're not fooling anybody. I don't know why they keep doing this, but we'll pretend. Sure.
What do you mean? Like you get to
They
your
always
6
say
and it's
there's
like
6 and there's 8. They always, it's like 6 and then a final world and then a secret world. I don't know why they keep doing it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Like any Mario fan knows there's going to be more than 6.
Why do musicians always come out for an encore? We all know, like that's like if you don't
Just
do an
stay out
encore
there and play another one.
like if you don't do an encore, we're gonna run you out of town. But like, come on.
You have wonder flowers where if you touch them, they'll trigger dramatic changes in a level. Pipes start moving. Terrain may tilt. Your perspective can change. You might even float through space. And there's even wonders that'll transform your character into a Goomba or a spike ball. In that direct,
sounds like Mario's trading mushrooms for marijuana.
In that direct, there's one touch fuzzy get dizzy. There's that one wonder flower. When Mario touches it, you shift to walking on the background instead of the foreground.
Cool.
I was like, that's awesome. That was a really cool idea. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it looks like so much fun. I cannot wait to get my hands on this.
Besides Mario, you can play as Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Blue Toad, Yellow Toad, even Toadette. But there's more as well. You can play as Yoshi. Did I say that? No. You can play as Yoshi and Nabbit. Nabbit makes a return. Nice to see Nabbit again. I was wondering if Nabbit was going to be one of those characters that Nintendo just forgets, but he is not. Nabbit makes his return. Also, Yoshi and Nabbit are very different. If you are a player who is not skilled and doesn't want challenge, you can go with Yoshi or Nabbit because they do not take damage. Now, they can fall in a hole and die or fall in lava and die, but enemies impervious to damage from them. So if you want an easier time, there you go. And yes,
Yoshi.
anyone can ride on Yoshi, including another Yoshi. So
you haven't seen this trailer or the 15-minute presentation? It's awesome. It's
Yoshis
so much
can
fun.
ride on Yoshis.
15 minutes. When I clicked on the link, I thought it was like 40-something minutes. I guess that was.
You might have seen like the initial archived live stream with the lead, which is nothing like the countdown. It's 15 minutes. Yeah.
Thank God they saved that countdown for 35 minutes.
Well, they fixed. You must have gotten it within the first hour after they did it because it's gone now.
Oh.
There you go. Plenty of power-ups. Features the debut of new power-ups such as Elephant Fruit, which allows Mario and some of his friends to transform into elephant form. Throw around your weight and your nose as you swing your trunk to attack enemies, destroy blocks, and dash across large gaps.
Could you imagine if this stuff was real and like we had to,
Elephants are real.
Don't worry about poison ivy and poison oak. Watch out for the elephant fruit. You might turn into an elephant.
That'd be awesome. The bubble form allows you to blow bubbles that can be used to capture enemies from a distance.
You tear through, like you'd be like hulking out, like you're gonna tear through whatever clothes you're wearing.
So get hit once.
And now I'm gonna be naked because I just tore through my clothes.
Not what happens. Does it work like it does in Mario, or does it work differently?
I'm talking about
You're
like
making
real life
rules here.
physics here.
Of turning into an elephant. The drill form makes dealing with spiky or hard-headed enemies a breeze. It also allows you to burrow and move through the ground. I really like the drill. So it protects you from enemies above. You can drill into things, and also you can drill into the ground and travel underneath enemies. This is awesome. Equip a badge to mix it up. As your adventure progresses, you'll be able to earn a variety of different in-game badges, each with its own special ability. In local multiplayer, each group of players can use the same badge. Some of the options include enhance your wall jump ability with wall climb badge. Equip the dolphin kick badge to unleash an underwater burst of speed. Charge up a bounding leap with the crouching high jump badge. Shoot vines in midair and stick the walls with the grappling vine badge. For a double-edged sword and an additional challenge, become invisible to your enemies and yourself with the invisibility badge. So basically, you use badges to make the game easier or harder as you see fit, and that is really
invisible
cool.
to yourself.
You are invisible, yeah. Enemies can't see you, but you can't see yourself. Yeah.
Now, I know you're not into like help, but these seem a little bit different. Would you ever use any of these? I mean, these seem like you can use them to like reach places in the stage that maybe you couldn't before. Or so it's almost like,
I mean, if you need to use them to get somewhere, I'll definitely do it. But as far as like making it easier, I won't personally use them, but I think it's a really awesome idea.
looks really fun. Like the hat floating thing looks fun. That's just like the cape. You wouldn't just use that for fun. Like you'd be
if
like,
they
nah,
gave it to me in a level, I would use it. But yeah, I'm not going to turn on a badge to do it.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
But if you want to, you should. You definitely should. That's why it's there. Local multiplayer. Up to 4 people can play locally on the same Switch. If a player is defeated in local co-op, their character will float around the course as a ghost. If another player reaches them before time runs out, they'll jump right back into the action, and the group won't lose any lives. If someone is playing as a Yoshi, you can jump on their back and ride them around the course. Also, online play. When playing online, you have the option of creating a room to get together with friends. In a shared room, you can see which courses your friends are playing, Play the same one together and even turn most courses into a friendly race. Even when playing solo, if you connect online, you can see other players from around the world in courses and on the world map enjoying the game in real time, appearing as live player shadows. You can come back to life by bumping into a live player shadow here too. Plus, you can assist fellow online players by placing a standee that they can use to revive ghosts. Place them creatively in challenging areas to really help someone out. The game will even display how many people you have used your standee assist.
It's like Death Stranding.
It seems very influenced by that. Yeah. So now
Journey.
you have you can play with friends online. You make a shared room and all your friends go in there and you hang out together. You can play online solo, but still get help from real world players that are out there through their shadows.
You can play online, but you still can't talk to each other, right?
You could talk through the Switch Online app. Yeah.
Oh, they do have that? I don't
Nintendo
know.
always uses that. Yeah.
Oh.
How many people are using it? Probably not a lot, but you can. Every Nintendo first party game uses
How
it.
do you use it?
Go on your phone with the app. That's it.
Oh, okay. That sort of app. For some reason, I was thinking app on my Switch. I don't know.
Nope. The phone app. So there you go. Coming out. What is this? October 20th or something? It looked fantastic. Great presentation. We saw so many new enemies. We saw so many interesting level designs and unique ways that the Wonder Flowers change things up.
It looks
was fantastic.
beautiful.
It
The
was
music's
fantastic.
Is that
awesome.
food? That's a food. That's a screen of a food level, right?
Uh-oh.
That's food. That's icing.
Yeah, it looks like icing.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, raw meat.
I mean, are we pretending that Mario games don't have food in them? I've hated it for a long
Well,
time.
I know, but
I mean,
would be
he's
nice if-
fighting mushrooms,
He has a point.
it's true. Wait, fighting mushrooms,
jumping on them.
Eating them.
using
Goombas?
them. Yeah, Goombas aren't mushrooms.
No, they're not. I thought they were walking mushrooms. What about toads?
Yeah.
They're mushrooms, right?
Mm.
They're
That
mushrooms.
sounds
Befriending
racist.
them.
Befriending them.
Befriending them. I hear they're fun guys.
Oh, that's
There it
I
is.
get it.
Here it is. 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 There we go.
I think that's very nice.
So yeah, the game looks awesome.
Do
So
you
many.
know a song about things that are very nice?
Nope.
Please, will you sing it for everyone?
Nope. No, thank you. It's there's so many new enemies. I was really, really excited to see all the different types of enemies that there are. And like I said to do, there's
I'm
even
holding
a part.
this podcast hostage until you do it.
I'm not doing it. There's even a part in the trailer where you get to see, like they're showing new enemy after new enemy after new enemy, and then they're like, oh, and then there's Koopas and there's Goombas and there's Locky Twos as well. So they're like, don't worry, there's classic Mario enemies here too, but lots and lots of new ones. Zokar says, gonna buy. So excited for this.
But all the new ones look like they belong. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not like there's some enemies in like Super Mario World and stuff that I think just look out of place in a Mario World, and then obviously Super Mario Brothers 2, which you can forgive it because it's not really never started out
Yeah.
as a Mario game, but like this has a lot of like interesting new enemies, but they look like they belong there. It almost looks like they've always been there in a way. I don't know if that sounds weird, but
no, I know what you mean. They fit. Yes, they are new and they're different and they feel fresh, but they also feel like they fit in the Mario universe. I get what you're saying. Reading the chat. I'm just here to swing as Spider Mario, says Tony De La Mancha. Yeah, you use that Vine Whip and you can swing wherever you want. North America, what do we got this week? Let me tell you. Rune Factory 3 Special. Chance of Sonar, which looks really interesting. I really want to play that game. Check that out. Kind of looks like Journey-ish a little bit. There's that. What was that cell-shaded game? It was on Xbox Series X and S, and now it's on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It looks like that too.
it was like one word, and you were on like a little like speeder bike kind of in the
that's
desert.
the game. That's the game.
Yeah, what
Looks
it was
like
called.
that. 1997. Aqua Park IO. Arcade Archives Bosconian. Baseball Club. Big Farm Story. Boomshine Plus. Bounce House. Buggy Racer. Bust Up. Cat Lord. Chat Simulator Blind Dates. Desktop Basketball 2. DreamWorks Kids Bundle. It's a whole bunch of DreamWorks games in one, and money goes to charity. Elastomania 2. Eventide 2, Sorcerer's Mirror, Famous Duo Bundle, Farming Tractor Simulator 2023, Drive, Combine, and Trucks, Flup the Fish, Forklift Simulator 2023, Gastro Force, Gourmet Warriors, High Sea Saga DX, Whole IO, How to Escape, It's a Wrap, Jelly Fruits Adventure, Magic Match 3 Puzzle, King of the Hat, Kovacs Pitch, Lovecraftian Bundle, Masala Drive, Necro Boy, Path the Evil Shift, Norn 9, Last Era, Otoko Cross Pretty Boys Dropout, OU, or OW, Paper IO 2, Ralph and the Blue Ball, Sakura Fox Adventure, Shadow Bundle, Shadow Quest, and Nightshade Ninja Warrior, Taito Milestones 2, a bunch of classic Taito games in one package, The Shape of Things, Thief Simulator 2023, From Crook to Boss, Trapped in the Dim Mansion, Trine 5, A Clockwork Conspiracy. Those Trine games are always fun, especially if you got somebody to play local co-op with. Truck Simulator 2023, Driver Europe, and Yakiniku Simulator. There are your North American
Beep, beep.
releases. Josh, can you please?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's Sweet. I'm the world's best singer.
Thank you, Josh. Whoop to you too, Josh. Sounds like
Is
Josh.
that what I sound like?
It is. It is.
So Europe's getting.
Thanks. Very cool.
Thank you, Josh. Europe's getting some games this week. It's the week of.
Moving on.
Copy that.
There we go.
It's the week of August 31st. We're now in September. It's September 2nd. But for August 31st, the year of our Lord 2023, the games coming to Europe were the year of our Lord 1997. Agatha Christie, Hercule. Is that Point? Is that really? That's not his name.
Must have auto-corrected when it was typed, and I didn't notice.
Hercule
Pavrol.
Poirot. The London Case. Baseball Club. Boom Shine Plus. Buggy Racer. Bus Simulator. City Driving Ultimate. You have to reach Ultimate to then take that bus into the city. Cat Lord. MomBrain.
That's me.
Dinosaurs.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
Types and
Red
names.
Boom.
Dinosaurs. Types and names.
Take up dinosaurs.
DreamWorks Kids Bundle. It's a bunch of DreamWorks games. Bunch of money goes to charity. Is that what you said?
That's right.
Elastomania 2. Elastomania Trilogy Pack. So Elastomania 2 is actually a trilogy pack. That's confusing.
The name of that cel-shaded game was Sable, by the way.
Sable.
Okay. Eventide 2, Sorcerer's Mirror, Finger Football, Goal in 1, End 2.
Ooh, they ripped that off.
Hey,
they waited
now.
till he passed away. At
That's
least
right.
they had the good grace to wait.
Literally
till he
not
passed
even a
away.
week after he died, and they took it from him.
Flup the Fish, Garden Inn, Gastro Force,
Whoa.
yeah, Giant Wishes,
Remember, that is a adult title.
Giant Wishes.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I don't get it. Golf, Hole in One. Gourmet Warriors. That I'm imagining that's a food game, Rami.
I know it's a classic arcade
Or maybe
game,
it's
but
a cannibal game where they eat other warriors that they defeat
After
on the
they
battlefield.
defeated them.
Heart Chain Kitty, all screwed up. Hidden Paws Bundle. High Sea Saga DX. How to Escape. Jelly Fruits Adventure. Magic Match 3 puzzle. Kalinor. However it's pronounced, that's the game. Mirrored Souls. Necro Boy. Path to Evil Ship. Norn 9. Last Era.
You're
Norn?
right there, buddy.
Well, the
Norn
N and the
9.
N, I gotta give it a space.
Nor9.
No, Norn 9.
Norn 9.
Last Era. Oh, you. Paper Trail.
P-Trail.
Rocket Car.
Our car.
Sakura Fox Adventure. S Fox A. Samba Day came this week. Samba Day Amigo.
Samba Day this week. Yep.
Samba
Party
Day this
Central.
week. You'll be able to get Samba Day Amigo. Party Central. Sea of Stars. Sphere Out. Sabacto. Taito Milestones 2. The Bridge Curse. Road to Salvation. The Shape of Things. Trapped in the Dim Mansion. Trine 5. I can't believe there's 5 of those.
You
games,
underestimate
huh?
the
Good for
power
them.
of the dark side.
Dim Mansion, Dark
When
Side.
did Trine the first one come out? Was that like an Xbox or something? Was that last generation?
Great question. I'll look it up.
Wii U. Trine 5. A Clockwork Conspiracy. Wild Dagachi. Virtual Pet. Remember when they were just Tamagotchis? Now they're wild out here.
The original Trine came out in 2009, and it was on Wii U.
And last but not least, maybe, I don't know, Yakiniku Simulator.
I've
Is there a
always
comment
wanted
there,
to
Nicky
simulate Yakiniku.
Steister says, in this 2023, the year of our Lord.
There you go.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
let's look up Yakiniku because I want to know
I'm on
what
it.
I'm simulating.
I'm on it.
You know how to spell it? You know how to pronounce it
copy pasted. I'm
language or
Oh,
text-wise? How do you pronounce it textually?
you had to turn safe search off.
Are you hungry? Do you want some
Yes.
yakiniku? Let's
Oh.
play
Sure,
this
why
game.
not?
Simple and easy. Simulate to eating a yakiniku with no more calories.
Tasty.
Just chill out and simulate eating.
Delicious.
Well, that's
Speaking
what-
of
so I'm going to go ahead and look up Yakiniku, which I initially said.
You don't need to anymore. It's those restaurants in
Yakiniku,
Japan where
not
you
you
throw
don't
the
need
meat
to.
on the
Oh,
grill.
you
so
cook
dun,
your
dun,
own
dun.
meat. Yes, please.
Speaking of food, you'll have to tell everybody about the weird thing that I made that we found on that weird cake.
The thing that's in the fridge right now.
Mhm.
Go ahead. You made it.
another new
Go
cake?
right ahead.
Don't get excited.
It's not a cake. I don't know that I call it a cake at all.
I think that's what it's called though. Like it's like
Oh,
a cloud cake.
weird.
Is it a bukkake cake?
No.
Well, you ruined the surprise.
No. That's it.
A buka?
It's 22 calories a slice.
Oh my goodness, the
You-
price is
you
right.
should
But how big are the slices?
explain what it is.
So
first.
it's 2 ingredients: gelatin and lemonade.
Mm-hmm,
And you basically just
Mix
there's
it
a lot of
together.
time, there's a lot of like mixing and whatnot, and it makes this like foamy. I wouldn't call it fluffy, I'd call it foamy, like brick that you cut into pieces. So it's got like a little, it's not wobbly like gelatin, it's got a ton more air because you whip it for like 15 20
it's
minutes.
wobbly. Not
Um,
like gelatin,
Yeah,
but
it's like stiffer, but
wiggly.
It's frothy. Like that's the only
Interesting.
kind of word I
And
can
it
think
stays
of.
frothy while it chills then?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wow.
So
it's I mean, I had a couple slices yesterday. I sprinkled a little bit of sugar on top. It was good. It's like a square. It's like
yeah, it's like a
big.
brownie square.
like that big.
There are a few things I'd like to change about it that I think would make it better. One of them is I would love to add a layer of like Cool Whip. And because it would still be like a fairly
Yeah,
reasonable.
Cool Whip isn't a lot of calories.
And
yeah.
I actually wonder if we froze a piece, if it would be like cool. Remember when people were freezing Jello on TikTok for a while? Might
I
just be like a
I
neat
don't.
texture. I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh, no, I think I kind of do.
What I worried about, I
Never
don't
did.
know, like I've made oh, that's like very funny spot. I've made marshmallows before, and it's a hot pain in the butt. I would not recommend it. But sometimes when you work with like plain gelatin, there's like a weird taste Gelatin has like a weird. It's not Jello. Like you don't use like
Oh,
a
you're
packet of
using
Jello. You use
gelatin.
gelatin, like just plain gelatin.
Like those
Interesting.
sheets.
No, it's like-
Unflavored gelatin mix.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know. I think I saw in the recipe that it was like, don't use a packet of Jello. And I'm not quite sure why. I guess there
It's
must be
different,
something
I
in
don't
it that like doesn't allow it to like froth up or whatever.
Hmm.
Anyway, there's a couple of changes I might make to make it a little bit better. But
It is in the fridge. If you'd like to try it, you are more than welcome.
it's nice
It's
little
not.
just.
It's not bad.
You know what it would be nice for as like a palate cleanser between courses. Like there's no, doesn't fill you up. It would like, I don't know, might be nice. I might have
Sounds
add
nice.
lemon rind to it too.
I was I had asked Raw Meat, I don't know, last week maybe, if you had made like that Sprite pie, because isn't that's just
Oh,
very
yeah.
similar where it's
Yeah.
just like can of Sprite, some flour, and like a packet of Jello though, I think.
Yeah.
But you're also like not supposed to mix it or anything. You just pour it in and put it in the oven, and it comes
Yeah.
out like a big puddle, but then it sets.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, we got those. Speaking of Sprite, do not get Sprite Tic Tacs.
They are not
Ooh,
good.
That's weird.
They're good at first, like the first few
I
seconds.
don't
You're
even
like,
think
ooh.
they're good at first.
And
I
then
just don't like them.
It's like they tried to make it feel like cold and fizzy, and it just ends up tasting like a lemon cough drop.
Oh,
Why do
weird.
they have to do that to my sweet babies? I know,
Gross.
George. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, George. They can't all be winners. If you made them, I'm sure it'd turn out better, but they don't know what they're doing at the Tic Tac factory.
So yeah,
Tic-tac-tory.
yakiniku is just grilled meat.
There you go.
Grilled meat.
Sounds good to me.
Moving on. Super Mario Brothers Wonder looks like it's filled with all sorts of innovations in gameplay and new characters and
Didn't we talk
ideas.
about this already?
And now we know why it looks so fresh and new. It's because Nintendo didn't have any deadline for the game's development. In an interview with some of the dev team, producer Takashi Tezuka, who worked on the original Super Mario Brothers and has been with Nintendo ever since, mentioned that ever since the prototype stage of the game, they had no development deadline. They were just, let's make a Mario game, no deadline to get it done by, no time where we're like, this has to be done, this milestone needs to be hit, none of that. Just let's make the game, and when we're done, we're done. So that let the team really run wild with ideas because, as Takahashi said, when ideas were considered, there was no one on the team that was like, I don't know if we have the time to do that, or I don't know if we can make that work with the people we got. It was just like, yeah, let's do it, because they could take as much time as they needed to. And anybody on the team was allowed to come up with ideas for the game. Doesn't matter what their role in development was or how long they had been part of Nintendo. Doesn't matter. If they're involved with the game, they can share an idea for what they wanted to do. And that led to over 2,000 ideas for the game, in particular the wonder effects in the game. And then Nintendo's, the higher up developers whittled it down to what you'll see in the final game. So just, it sounds like a really great process for innovation and exploration of ideas, and seeing where they could take Mario with a new 2D installment. And it's going to lead to Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which certainly looks like it's offering a whole bunch in the way of new experiences in a classic Mario style. Yes?
I was just sitting up.
Sticer says, no deadlines and essentially a blank check. Nintendo seems to treat their staff the right way in order to make the best game possible, not get a certain game out at a certain time. I love this new trend of announcing games to the public after they are almost done to avoid rushing their dev teams. We were just talking about this last night. Me and you do.
We were continue tell the audience exactly how we were speaking
We're talking about
it.
Star Wars and Elder Scrolls and how those developers announced those games, and they're still years and years off from being released. And
Yes.
we were saying how Nintendo's like, hey, here's this game, and it's out in 3 months. It's out in 4 months. And we're like, that's so much nicer.
It's way nicer, and they're not sweating. Their developers are probably getting like a nice work-life balance. I can only imagine what's going on with that Bethesda stuff. They like 5 years ago they were like, Elder Scrolls is coming. Here's a title screen. And everyone's like, oh my God. And then they just announced last week that they just started development. I don't even understand that. It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Todd Howard's like, maybe we announced it a little too early. Yeah, you think
Maybe.
because I don't understand.
But it wasn't, you didn't have anything. They made you think that they had something. They literally had nothing but the title, which was the sequel title.
Oh my God, look, Bethesda's making a sequel to Elder Scrolls. That'd be like, oh my God, look, Nintendo's making a sequel to Zelda. We know.
Wait, they
it's
are?
a forgiven, or it's a what? That's not the word. It's a given.
Foregone conclusion.
Like we all know that's going to happen. How about you announce it when like you've actually done some work and we're getting closer to release?
It just leads
Well,
me to
I mean, Nintendo's made that mistake in the past, right? Didn't they do that like a long time ago with that Link fighting that spider, and then we were like, "When's this
that
game
was never
coming
a
out?"
game.
It was
That was a tech demo.
right, but it gave people hope that that's what it was going to be looking like, and it didn't. Like,
Well, same with
That's on-
Space
that's
World.
not on Nintendo.
Space
yeah,
World looked a certain way, and
Nintendo, yeah, they never
went
said it
one
was
breaker.
a game or anything. It was just a tech demo for what the system could potentially do. So,
but it's different too. Like I feel like they just don't have any. They don't care about their games. These other companies as much. You know, it's just like, well, we know people are gonna buy the sequel. They love it. We know we're gonna make a sequel. We're just gonna. We're not gonna even think about it. Like, you know, it's just it doesn't. It just seems so disrespectful to
yeah,
not just the fans, but to like the games themselves that got your company where it is today.
yeah. Like Nintendo knows people are going to buy their sequels, but that's not how they approach development. They're like, we know the next Mario is going to sell. Let's get it out. It's like we want to have ideas for the new Mario to
Yeah.
make a sequel. Yes, we will make a Mario sequel, but we're not just going to make it to make it. So that's why, you know, it's been a while since the last 3D Mario, and it's been a while since the last 2D Mario. Nintendo just doesn't poop these out because they want to make sure they maintain the integrity of the brand. When you look at other companies like Ubisoft again, where they're like Assassin's Creed, the first one had so much love and care put into it. And they're like, this is our cash cow, new Assassin's Creed every year, new Far Cry every year. And you're like, they can't all be as good. Like maybe the first few are going to be able to hold up, but as you go on, especially with that quick of a turnaround, things aren't going to work out, and you're going to diminish the brand's value. I mean, look, it happened with Tomb Raider. We had Tomb Raider, and then the quality dropped, and then Tomb Raider wasn't popular. Then there was years of nothing. Then they brought back Tomb Raider with a reinvention, and that was great. And then they put the next one out a couple of years after that, and that was pretty good. And then they put the next one out after that, and that one you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, you were burnt out on just adequate.
Yeah.
You know, instead of something that really knocks your socks off.
Yeah.
That, you know, when Naughty Dog puts out a game, they do it with, you know, with a bang, basically.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they put a lot of time and effort into it.
Naughty Dog definitely fits into that mold of a company. They do not rush things out. They take their time, and they only make things when they feel they have something worth showing to audiences. So yes, does it suck that you wait so long in between a Last of Us 1 and 2 or whatever it may be? Sure, it sucks, but you know the wait's going to be worth it. So, or if you're a Jack and Daxter fan, you don't know the wait's going to be worth it because it's never ending now. But that's another story. Because I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Taking a different approach to this show.
Yeah, don't do it.
Moving on. More on Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Apparently, Miyamoto wasn't too big of a fan of the initial design of Elephant Mario. So people are wondering, how involved is Miyamoto in this Mario game? It sounds like he's not all that involved, which has been the case with the recent games in general. Miyamoto's just like walking around the studio and he's like, yeah, looks good. Hey, crank up the graphics or whatever that old commercial was. I don't remember. Dial up the graphics. He's like just offering some guidance and overseeing things, but he's not really in the trenches and working
I
up
heard
all
he
this
has
stuff.
Charles Martinet with him going,
Hurry up already.
Oh man, Charles Martinet's pulling the strings now?
well, he just wants everyone to know that Mario.
How amazing would that be if Miyamoto was like, you're no longer doing the voices, you're
That's
my
right.
body man.
Yeah.
And he goes with them
Oh.
everywhere and he's just like, yell at him in Mario's voice.
He's a
And he just
muscle.
says, like, yell at him.
That's it. We figured it out. That's what a
Work of an
Mario ambassador is.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it figured out.
That's it.
Tezuka revealed that Miyamoto is involved with Mario Wonder, but he, like I said, he's not really there. But he will go through and check some stuff out. and he had some comments on Elephant Mario. Apparently, he saw Elephant Mario, and the team was like, "This is Elephant Mario. Design isn't final, but this is what we're going with." And Miyamoto saw it, and he's like, "I don't like the way this Elephant Mario looks." And then he's like, "I don't think that's how an elephant would walk if he was doing that stuff."
Spoken.
And the team's like, "All right." And so they changed things up, and then Miyamoto's cool with it.
But he runs around on 2 back legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elephants don't run around like that.
Well, Elephant Mario, he's saying he didn't like
not
the way it
according to
moved.
Sharon, Lois, and Bram,
That's true. That's very true.
who, by the way, are fantastic.
As Deux was saying, all the characters in Super Mario Brothers Wonder look like they belong in the Mario universe. When Miyamoto saw Elephant Mario, he's like, that doesn't look like it's a Mario kind of thing. So they tweaked what it was. And again, he didn't like the way that when Elephant Mario was walking and spraying water, Miyamoto didn't like the animation. So they changed up the animation for that. Miyamoto's like, that's not how it would be.
Because, like, you know, they make the cat power up because Miyamoto was into cats for a while or whatever. And he never spent time, you know, adopting or caring for an elephant. So why would they even add that in there? Also, I just wanted to just throw in there that I think we got it wrong. It's not the Mario ambassador. It's the Mario
Wrong.
Lambastator.
That
Where
was
he
pretty
just
good.
goes around yelling at people. Chastising them.
There goes my rumor of the week.
PT has to upvote a comment, and they say Miyamoto isn't just upending tea tables. He's addressing the elephant in the room.
Nice.
Oh, now
Holy
there's
cow.
a winner.
Because
Good for
Miyamoto
you.
upends tea tables. He's known for that.
I like it. That was well done. We also learned that freedom and secrets were the core concepts that led to the creation of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Because again, what's his name?
Strongly influenced by William Wallace.
The director of the game was like, "Hey, back in the day with Mario, secrets and mystery were was a huge deal. You didn't know it was coming out of a block. It's a vine. You climb up into the clouds and you ride on a cloud and collect coins. You go down a pipe and you find another world, like all kinds of weird stuff." And as time went on, that stuff became expected from Mario. So that stuff is there, but where's the sense of wonder? Where's the sense of mystery where you're like, where's this going to take me? What's this do? How does this work? What is this thing? And they wanted to bring that back into Mario. So this game is full of freedom to explore and secrets and mysteries that you don't understand right away because you're going to see things you've never seen in Mario games before. So those help pave the way for the creation of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Entropy says, so I just watched the direct and first impressions was it's a 2D Mario game with a new coat of paint and new enemies and some new bells and whistles. And that is really what it is. But by the end, it truly looked like some good fun, like the Wonder Madness, LSD, they put in parentheses, and its surprise element. And they did add a lot of gameplay stuff indeed. Also looks great. Bummer that the different characters all play the same apart from Yoshi's and that bandit thingy. His name is Nabbit, thank you. And why not add online co-op is just baffling. Well, there is online co-op.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I
But
don't
there was.
know. I guess they don't like how it's implemented, but yeah, you make a room of friends and you play with them. And then finally, Mr. Sorry, I lost my place here. The director, Mr. Mori, talked about Daisy being included because Daisy is playable, and fans were very excited to see that in the debut trailer for Super Mario Brothers Wonder because we don't really get playable Daisy in mainline Mario games. We get her in sports games and party games, but why not a mainline Mario game? And here she is, playable, one of the main stars. And Mr. Mori says, quote, "This is a personal family anecdote, but I have 2 daughters myself, and when they played previous Mario titles, they would always fight over who gets to play as Peach. Including Daisy will help resolve fights within my own household, and I also thought that having Daisy would be something that a lot of Mario fans would be happy with." End quote. And that is true. We've seen a lot of happiness and excitement about Daisy making her way to the game. Kuribo says, "I, for one, am excited to hear, 'Hi, I'm Daisy.'" I hope she says that in
I
game.
thought we had that as a soundboard.
We say it all the time. I don't think we have it.
It's like one of those weird.
"Hi, I'm Daisy." Oh, yeah, I'm really happy to see Daisy in there.
Like,
I really don't think we have that. It's about time. It's
That's
taken
not
far
possible.
too long. And here she is. Oh, that's not it at all. One interview with Nintendo's higher ups involved somebody sneaking in a question about Pikmin. In between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4, fans had a 10-year wait. Yes, we had Pikmin 3 Deluxe, but it was a 10-year wait for a new mainline installment. NickyHill does not believe me, so I'll wait.
It's crazy.
There was Hey Pikmin, a 3DS spin-off side-scroller.
Hey,
It's
Pikmin.
Pikmin.
But yes, it took 10 years to get a new mainline installment. And the guys at
10
Eurogamer was like,
years.
hey, how about we don't have 10 years for the next Pikmin installment? And Nintendo's Takashi Tezuka was asked about this. And obviously Nintendo's not going to be like, you got it, and here's details on a new game. But he did say that, quote, would be best as well. So he's like, yeah, we don't want another 10 years. I hear you. He also says, quote, we'll try not to let everyone wait, end quote. So he's like, we hear you. 10 years was too long. We get it. By all accounts, it seems like Pikmin 4 is the best-selling Pikmin so far, and it's been a sizable hit compared to other Pikmin games. So yes, it would make sense to follow that installment up a little bit more quickly. Maybe we'll have to wait 5 years instead of 10 years, but I really don't think we'll have another 10-year wait ahead of us with this. Kerbo says, but IGN said the series is dead. Yes, we talked about that. Had a whole segment on the show about it, but they were wrong. They were wrong. There will be another installment, so don't worry. And our final top story. Oh, you guys are lucky. I'm not going to do it to you. It's Japan, so I won't make you guess.
Japan.
We have top 20 Switch eShop titles in Japan for August 2023. Starting with number 10.
The Year of Who's Lord.
Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. That's the game that turns all the mobile ads that are fake into actual games.
Sorry,
That
that's
is number
the title.
20. Yep.
Yeah, worst title ever, but great idea for a game.
Great idea, bad title. Number 19, Persona 4 Golden. Number 18, Pikmin 1. Number 17, Pikmin 2. Number 16, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Number 15, Smash Bros. Number 14, Animal Crossing. Number 13, Splatoon 3. Number 12, Natsuman. That's the board game. Number 11, Minecraft. Number 10. Oh, no, I lied. I'm sorry. Natsuman is something different. Number 10.
That's a weird game name, too.
Number 10 is the board game. Momotaro Dentetsu, the train board game.
Oh.
Number 9, Breath of the Wild. Number 8, Monster Hunter Rise. Number 7, eBaseball Powerful Pro. Number 6, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 5, Overcooked 2. Number 4, Tears of the Kingdom. Number 3, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Number 2, Sea House G's.
See House Cheese is on the list.
And number 1, Pikmin 4 retains its spot at the top of the charts. Good for you, Pikmin. 2 months running. Human Fart says, Sea House G's. What sparked this to come back to the top of the charts? Nintendo had a multiplayer sale. So Nintendo probably offered 33% off. And people were like, 33% off Sea House G's?
Oh, that's...
I want Moncala and 50 other games.
What's... Isn't Pikmin Go doing like a mahjong thing right now or something? That's not not one of the
Pikmin Bloom
Pikmin Bloom. Thank you.
has mahjong tile Pikmin. Yes, decor
Okay,
Pikmin.
but I don't think there's a mahjong in Sea House Cheese now that I think about it. Maybe
There is.
There
well,
is.
it's
mahjong tiles.
it's like the matching.
yeah, I forget what it's
but
called.
that wouldn't cause the sales. It was definitely the discount.
Oh yeah, it was
Imagine
there was
walking around like Pikmin Bloom and like, oh, I gotta get CSGs now.
an overall multiplayer game sale on the Switch. Yes, which bumped up a lot of titles. If you were looking at the weekly eShop charts here in America, you saw a lot of multiplayer related titles in the top 5 or so because of that sale. There you go. That's your top stories. We did it, MomBrain. What have you been playing?
Cosmic something sisterhood. I forget all the words.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, that's Baba Yaga.
I know it was a joke, but
And Baba Yaga is freaking awesome, by the way.
the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is the name of the
thank
game.
Still really enjoying it. In fact, I enjoy it more.
Really enjoying it.
I got a wheel wed wagon. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I enjoy it a little more every time I play it. And I've been trying to get in like little snippets of it, like, in the afternoons. And it's actually pretty cozy, and I would play before bed. But I've been trying to, cut down on all that like blue light close to bedtime because the school year is starting. But I do have blue light blocking glasses.
Ooh,
so
blue blockers.
we'll see maybe if I can get my act together and remember to put those on.
When you were playing while I was working, the soundtrack, I know you mentioned that the music was really good, but that's my first time hearing it. I was really enjoying that music.
Yeah, it's just a nice, mellow game. It has like a really good flow to it, and there's like undercurrents of stories. And because there's so many different outcomes depending on what every little decision you make. I think that it might be a game that like now I'm trying to play it like as a good person, but like somebody who's like powerful and like craves like power and adoration, but like gets it through like the right, they deserve it. But I think I'd want to play it as like somebody real nasty and bad at some point. Like I think
so
it would
powerful.
I think it would be fun. So I highly recommend it to anybody who's looking for a nice cozy fall game. It's definitely incredibly like feminist leaning. It's incredibly like liberal leaning. So if those things aren't for you, don't play this game because
Libtards only.
Because I don't want to hear you complain about it. So consider yourself warned.
Devolver Digital, another hit.
What else have they done?
Lots of great stuff. I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
But
Bro
they
Force.
got
My friend Pedro.
a lineage of fantastic titles.
Sayonara Lonely Hearts or something, right?
No, that was Annapurna.
It's great. I really enjoy it, and I highly recommend it. No Penny and Flow, I don't think. And I haven't had the time this week to play Pikmin because it's on Raw Meat's Switch, and about the time I would have to actually like play, he's forting with the boys.
You're a liar and a bad one at that. It is Annapurna. I just double checked. I play Fortnite on the Xbox,
right?
so you're a liar.
Everything I said.
Oh
was
yeah, I guess I
Annapurna.
could take your Switch and
Play it up
here.
in my
No, I
office.
said-
Yeah.
yeah.
My friend Pedro is Devolver Digital.
My friend Pedro is Devolver.
Well,
yes.
in any event, great game. If you generally are a person who hears what I have to say and they're like, yeah, girl, then I think you'd like this game.
There you go.
Yes, queen.
Thanks, girl.
Exactly.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
That's what I say to Piper all the time. Yeah, girl. Except
Nick,
for today when she barfed on the bedroom floor.
yeah, girl. Let it out. Let her rip. NickyHill.
Same as last week. Solitaire and 50 other games. Vampire Survivors and The Master's Pupil. I finished that game. It got a little bit more involved than what I experienced. Thank you. Prior, but it still didn't satisfy me as much as I was really looking forward to.
Oh.
But I like the idea. I
Oh.
like bringing art to people who probably wouldn't be looking at that art otherwise. So
Do you play as the master or the pupil?
that's what I played.
All right.
I really don't know
Okay.
who's who in that
I don't know.
situation.
You played it. We didn't. You're supposed to tell us.
You play as a little character, a little paint character. I don't know what to call it, sprite or whatever. Like, is that what it?
I don't know how
Character is
many
called?
ways to say this. You played it. I didn't. You got to tell
what,
me.
What is the character? What's a character in a game? Is that a sprite? Is that what
It
it's
depends on the game.
called? Well, then it's not sprite. Probably it's just a little figure,
Okay.
and you walk through dusty paint clouds, and you have to like combine colors. And later on, it gets a little bit more involved and a little more interaction than what I talked about last week with the actual artwork. But like, I think when I saw the trailer, I said it last week, I just expected you to be like platforming through the art, or yeah, I don't know. You get really down into like the strokes
Oh yeah.
of the master strokes. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you get a little ink in the pupil. You know what I'm saying? Little paint. No. I don't know.
You okay?
What have you been playing, Deux?
I've been playing the new season of Fortnite with the boys. It's a lot of fun. The Ram Rocket's a great way to get around. Played some more Vampire Survivors. I've only got a few more unlocks left, but kind of was having trouble. They're pretty challenging, so I don't know. I kind of fell out of it a little bit. But Vampire Survivors. Played some more of Oracle of Seasons, The Legend of Zelda.
How's that going?
It's great. It's great. I love it. I told you last week about the magnetic glove, but this week I've got the super boomerang, which like allows you to hold down the button and you can move the boomerang however you want.
Yeah, I forgot
which
about
is
that.
Great. And then they have the Rock's Cape, which I know is in a couple of Zeldas, but like it gives you a double jump and it
Like
kind of
Dwayne
lets you float.
Just ROC, if I remember correctly.
Spelled differently.
Oh, like Rock. I can't remember his name. Charles S. Dutton.
Yes, like Charles S. Dutton. So you get the Charles S. Dutton cape, and you can double jump and float. It's great.
Is it a cape in that game?
Yeah.
Because I know Rock's feather is in another Zelda.
You get the feather, and you can jump with the feather, and then later in the game, you get the Rock's cape, and it upgrades the feather to allow you to do a double jump, and then you kind of float slowly down on the second jump. So it's great. And this was on the Game Boy. Like, what the heck? It's funny.
They did it.
Well, like, when you think about it, they had two buttons and they're like, we're just going to have you hold down the button and you can do anything you want with the boomerang. It's like brilliant. It's so simple, but it's like, why didn't we have this all the time with the boomerang? And same with the, it's just some of these items are great that,
What about like Phantom Choo Choo when you like drew the path of the boomerang though?
Well, that's what it made me think of, because I was like, how are they? Because it said like you can control the boomerang when I picked it up, and I was like, yeah, right. This is the Game Boy. I don't have a touchscreen to draw. Like, how do you expect me to do this with two buttons? All you need is one. Anyways,
one.
Well, yeah, I guess two technically if you're talking the D-pad as well, but. And what I also like about it is like it's not like one and done with these items. It's not like you get the item, you use it in the temple, and then you never really use it again. Like you're using these things a lot. So I don't know. It's great stuff. Really like it. And then I ended up downloading Full Quiet on the Switch.
Oh, he did it! I've been waiting to hear about this.
So is that the game that you told him he wouldn't like, but I should play? Is that the game that doesn't tell you anything?
Yes. And now I feel bad for teasing RMC earlier about telling him that I don't like something or not recommending something to him, and then he watches it anyway, because that's what he did with this game. But I think he was doing a little reverse psychology on me. But what happened? What pushed
Buddy
me,
was not.
I know. But what pushed me over was I happened to get an email from Nintendo, and it was
great.
like,
this is great.
It was like Full Quiet is discounted. That was like the subject. They've never been that specific ever before. It's not even a Nintendo game.
So you must have looked at it before.
Hey, dude.
I was looking at it.
So you were signed in, so it knows you looked at it. So it's like, it's on sale. We'll let them know it's on sale.
It was brilliant. I mean, it was, instead of $10, it was $9.
You never put it on like a wish list or anything?
No.
But he went to Nintendo's website and looked at it.
Yeah, but I've done that.
Oh,
for
I didn't
stuff.
go to
They
their
never told me.
website. I went to the eShop.
Oh yeah, they know.
I looked at tons of stuff, and they never reach out to me.
Was there a game that went on sale?
They all go on sale eventually.
That's not what I'm asking, Nick. I mean, that's why
Probably
this
not.
is exactly why it happens. You go on the eShop, it looks, it watches what you're doing, and then if it's on sale,
Who's
then
working
it
for
lets
Nintendo? Mike Liddell?
it's an algorithm.
Stealing all your
You
information?
think someone at Nintendo is like
Drone.
associated with every person? It's an algorithm. They're like, this guy looked at this game in the last 30 days. It's on sale. He gets an auto-generated email, and it's like, dude, that game you were looking
I
at.
mean, yeah, it tells me if things are on sale off my wish list, but that's active. Like I chose like, yeah, I want information for this. They've never given me information about things I just look at.
Yeah,
Boy,
it's
oh
the
boy.
first time that it's happened for
That's
me.
like the pushy
for me.
retail person at the store. When you walk in, you're like, "Oh, you want that? Here, I can help you. You need any help?"
You
And
know,
you're
it
like, "You know
seems
what?
like-
I'm just looking right now. I'm just looking. I don't need your help." And you run out of the store.
or
You buy it.
You
Or-
buy it. Yeah.
I went and I bought it immediately. I was like, the price is never getting better than this, and I went. And
Did
I
you
bought
say
it.
how much the discount was?
$1?
$1.
Yeah, I said $10, and I bought it for $9.
For $1.
I love that he sees that it's $9 and he's like, I'm in, baby. We're doing it.
And you're like every negotiator's dream.
I went back and talked to my boss. He can do 10%. He's like, oh, I'll take it. Lock it in.
Well, I mean, I was one of the suckers who went to Bed Bath & Beyond after they were like, store closing, like everything's on sale. Meanwhile, they covered up what they were selling for originally. And it never occurred to me that like the 20% off coupon was a better deal than anything that was on sale.
Hey,
why
all
they
that
went out of
matters
business,
is
that
in this
20% off
case, in
coupon.
that case, you saw a dollar amount. You were happy paying that amount, so you got it. That's
And
all.
then I walked out of there and went to Costco and was like, oh, it's cheaper here and better quality. Oh,
We need a
Yeah,
Costco
but
run
you-
this weekend.
Costco. It's Italian.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. So
I
Mr.
was-
Nintendo showed up at your house with this game.
Yeah, you
and
know,
a
I was
golden pillow.
looking. I was looking at the game. I knew eventually one day I would get it, but I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna like start it right away. So I'll just not worry about it. And I didn't. And then they told me it was $1 off, and I was like, well, I'm never gonna get a price like this again on the Switch. So I went and I downloaded it. But anyways, started it up. It's pretty good, actually. I mean, man, talk about the attention to detail. If you had told me it was an NES game, I would have believed you.
Well, now we know it is.
Yeah, I
You
guess
can get it on
technically
the
it is.
NES.
But it's really well done so far. I'm not far at all. And it doesn't tell you too much, but it's not really as bad as you made it seem. Maybe I'm still too early, but yeah, I'm enjoying the gameplay and the music, and it's got a cool vibe to it, and it feels not just in the way it looks and plays, but it feels like an NES game. And I guess, you know, you play a little bit and you get to like a save point, but if you don't get to that save point, you have to, and you die, you have to start over at the main menu, and there's just something about the loop of that makes it feel so NES like.
Oh,
So you die.
definitely.
You die. Is anything saved?
You can load a saved game if you made it to a save point.
You're only gonna restart from whatever your last save was. So, like he was saying, if you don't make it to a save point at all when you first start playing, then you're starting from the beginning.
You kind of have to. So it's like there's a real time, not real, but like there's a time keeper. There's a clock in the game, and so you by 2 a.m. you got to get to the next camp or whatever.
What happens if you don't?
I guess you die.
you
I don't
die.
know, but like
I just thought like enemies come out like that are harder.
yeah,
I've wandered around at night a lot. I haven't had anything where the time is like you didn't make it, game over.
Oh, really?
I've just fought tougher enemies.
Maybe I just got too scared. But
maybe it happens, or maybe I've made it to where I needed to go. But yeah, there's nothing that's happened to me where it's like game over, too late. So I don't know.
yeah, so I'm technically on like the second day, I guess you could say. So that's where I can load from. But I've done like the same thing in the second day like a couple of times because I don't really know where to go next, and I keep getting like killed at certain
So
point.
did you do like the first save house? You must have if you're talking about saving.
Yeah, just the
Okay,
first
okay.
save house.
So have you looked up anything on how to do stuff or?
No, not yet, actually. But I know I'm gonna definitely have to resort to looking it up online because, you know, there's even things that I thought I figured out that I don't know what it did. You know, like there was like a Morse code button thing to do on this panel, and I did it, and then you look out over this vista and you see there's a Morse code at this cabin flashing back at you. So I punched that into the thing, and it made a ding like I did something, but I don't know what it opened up
Oh,
or
is this
anything.
like mist?
No,
Huh?
it's Morse code.
I know. I feel like it's the same thing as mist, though, where I like
Mist
run
is
around
like
and,
real esoteric puzzles. This is like I don't know. Morse code. It's a thing like dots and dashes, and you put them in.
Oh yeah, I got a bracelet from a student
not
that
like
says
it's a-
teacher in Morse code, and
Yeah,
I showed
it's-
it to Raw Dad, and we had he really gave a lesson.
Yeah, it's not like you're looking, at least so far from me, and I guess there's nothing where you're like, this is some alien
there a-
weird puzzle.
is there what do you for Morse code? Do you know what you're saying, or you're just repeating what was?
I don't know if it says anything. It's just there's a dash, a dot, and a blank or
Yeah,
something.
it's they all say
And
real
then-
messages.
You know what they say?
do they give you a key?
There you go.
Do they give you a key, or is that something that like in real world you can look it up and then
I looked it up in the real world.
yeah, because that's what I'm wondering if like it's a statement and it
I
needs an answer,
understand.
like a question and an answer, or
Oh, you looked up what you were saying to them.
Whenever
you're saying.
there's Morse code, I looked it up.
Oh, so
yeah.
it's real. Maybe I should. Maybe
It's
that'll give me
actual
an
Morse
answer.
code, yeah.
That'll give me.
You can get an
answer, I'm
app on
sure.
your phone that even listens to it if you want to.
Interesting.
Wow.
Well, that'll give me something to try to dive
Sorry if
into
that-
next time through.
if that just
I was just gonna Google what the heck to do anyway, so I don't have a lot of patience for these types of games. So like I'm not gonna be walking through the same screens 20,000 times. Like if I can't do it by the second time through, especially if it's one of those games where if you go to like a certain screen, you drop down, you can't get back up there, so you got to go all the way back around just to do the one thing again. You know what I mean? And there's no traditional save in this game. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. So yeah, like if I do that like twice, there's no way I'm going around again. Like I'll Google it. You know, I'm not too proud. I don't consider that. You know, that doesn't ruin the fun for me like it does for like it would for RMC.
I haven't gotten back to Tears of the Kingdom, but I googled where to find Ganon. No, I'm just kidding.
Where is this guy? I got to talk to this guy. Where is he?
But I really like like so far, because I'm really just scratching the surface, but like I respect this game so much just for its presentation and how it looks and everything about it. I really think it's something cool in this day and age.
It's a very cool idea
to know that there's like people doing this stuff, you know, still. And
the
care about
NES
it.
and the Game Boy scene, as far as new content, is very, very, very well, like very much alive and well right now. That just this week, I showed it to MomBrain.
Oh,
They
yeah.
announced a brand new Rugrats game for the NES. Like you buy it, cartridge based for the NES. It'll be on other systems too, but other systems have the NES version and an HD version, which uses, you know, it looks like the cartoon.
But I think
then
that's
you
an
have
awesome way to do it.
Yes.
Like if you wanted just the cartridge, great. If you wanted to see what the game looks like, but also play it in a more HD, like I think that's a great way to do it.
Tony Deux was talking about Full Quiet. That's the game he's playing. And we are just now talking about the brand new Rugrats game that was announced, and I'm in love with it. I want to get an actual NES copy of it. I think that'd be real, because I don't care at all about the HD version, but I'm like, oh, that's really cool. People
What's the
could get
company
this on.
that's making it?
I don't remember.
If they reach out to you and ask if you need an NES, are you going to tell them no?
Yeah, why would I need an NES?
Just saying, maybe do need.
It's got
some.
like 4 of them.
I mean, got another opportunity.
He doesn't want Rugrats.
Opportunity.
You're gonna play
I get it, but I
Rugrats?
don't have my NES.
If they send an NES, I'll find a game to play. Let me tell you.
I don't. Yeah, but you don't like. If let's say this, if you were on staff, I wouldn't give you a Rugrats game because I'm like, he doesn't know anything about Rugrats. Why would I give this to him? Right? You didn't watch Rugrats as a kid.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No,
You
but to have like an NES, and then I could go on eBay and buy old school NES games, that I'd be down for. But like, it would, you know, that would have nothing to do with your website.
yeah. You'd.
What about
They'd
that
be like, "Can you have an
retro-
NES to review Rugrats?" And you'll be like, "I'll take the NES."
What
Well,
about
that's
that
what we were
system
saying. I
Yeah.
thought.
that you have?
No, we're saying the company's like, Rugrats is coming out. Do you want an NES to review it? And I would be like, no, because I have one.
Why
And
would
I
I
would
want to
review the
review an
game,
NES?
But I wouldn't. You would be like, don't give me the game, but I'll take the NES.
Yeah, that's what I thought MomBrain was kind of
Yeah.
getting at.
Yeah.
Like I figured you would review the game because you, like you said, you have
then
4
why would I take
NESs.
yeah, then I
One
wouldn't
hand
take the
washes the
NES.
other.
To
No,
be
No,
nice to your
no.
friend of a million years who doesn't have an NES. I mean, what?
No. They're asking, do you want the NES to review the game? Not, do you want the NES to give to a friend?
Oh, I didn't know they were going to send someone over to audit all your systems and make sure
I
you were
audit.
using it.
I'm a respectable business. I wouldn't take it. I don't need the NES. Why would I take it?
Could you use that retro? Is it Retron
Yeah.
5 or
It
retro?
plays on all those systems. Yeah.
Would you use that even though it's not like an actual NES? I mean, you have.
I
it, right?
would play on actual NES. If I was capturing footage for a review, I would play on the Retron because it makes more sense to capture footage that way. But I want to hear how it's actually supposed to sound and see it how it's actually
You don't
supposed to be,
have
because
an NES?
Retron is.
Oh, sorry,
um,
I'm done with you. Do you don't have an NES?
No, I been a long time since I've had one of those.
It's been a long time.
And
Yeah,
then
the
in
Retron
college,
emulates.
I gave RMC all my games and stuff.
And the
I
system?
feel like he owes you
And the system, though.
something.
Did
For
you
that.
give him the
isn't that
system?
sweet of you to say?
'Cause
That's not why
I feel
was
like I
bringing
gave him
that
my
up.
system too. So one of those 4 down there is mine. But which one? We don't know. I wasn't as smart as MomBrain's mom to put my name on everything.
No name on the system.
As smart as MomBrain's mom to put my name on everything.
No name on the system. Just the controllers. And it wasn't a name. It's player 1 and player 2.
But we would know.
Would
She
we?
knows. Well, she knows which controllers are hers.
Well,
Did anyone else's mom put number 1 and number 2 on the paddles?
They did not.
Exactly.
Not that we know around here anyway.
exactly.
So you literally have 4 NESs,
But I think 4 is an understatement. I can think of 4. I think I have more in the back of the basement. Yeah.
and like classic NES is not those weird top loading ones.
Those are also classic, but no. Yeah. Like
not
the
for me.
NES
Not for
you
me.
remember. Yes.
Thank you.
No revision NES. No top loader NES, which is not a knockoff. That's an official Nintendo product later in life. But
That's
yes.
it's a shame it's so ugly because it does not look real.
wasn't-
It's also a
Isn't that-
shame because that one works way better. Like if you want an NES now, that's the one that you
Isn't
wanna
that what
get.
a Famicom was, though?
The Famicom was a top loader, yeah.
Right.
But
But for any like regular,
man, this podcast is doing its best to drag my ass into this conversation. We have the NES in the way it looks because they were like Americans only
Right.
understand VCRs and they need something that looks
Right,
and
no, but I'm
acts
just
like a
saying-
VCR.
there's an NES
Yes.
that's like what we're familiar color scheme and everything,
yes.
but it's a top loader,
Yes.
which is essentially just a color scheme version of what Japan had. Just took a
Oh,
little-
our
took-
top loader looks completely different from
oh,
the Famicom.
Oh, all right.
Very different, yeah.
But
And it
that
has the
that
same
was
colors as
that
the
was
NES, except well, it's got
before
more
Super
orange.
Nint-
Yes.
before Super Nintendo.
It
came out?
might have been at the same time, but they might have been out. At the
Oh
same
man, imagine all the grandmas and aunts and
time.
uncles.
Got you the new Nintendo.
Yeah,
Oh,
got,
man.
got you the Super Nintendo, and
Yeah,
it's just
I
an
always
NES,
wanted
like-
one of those top loaders, but I never got it.
Oh, you don't have one.
Never
Okay.
have ever had
I
one. No.
thought we were talking about you having.
Only top loader
I
I
don't know
have.
where I'm at.
Only top loader I have is the Retron.
Okay.
No, that's a lie. I have another clone system that's a top loader, but no official NES top loader.
Okay. Can
Wonder
we
how
get
much they
can
are.
we get this man over here an NES?
Do you want an NES? He
No,
doesn't
I'm
want
okay.
an NES.
Thanks though.
Well, if you ever want to borrow one, I'm your man. I got them. Not surprisingly, they're going to be temperamental, but I got them.
Yeah.
You playing anything else?
No. What are you playing, RMC?
Thanks for asking. You know what? It'd be great if I could type one farting word correctly. NES top loader.
My phone is getting real touchy too.
You know how? You know why?
I know why. How?
They announced the next. That's the conspiracy theory. Whenever they next
Well,
announce the next event,
It's also more because I didn't turn off the like the quick swipe typing or whatever. And so when I type, I brush other letters and it's like, whoa, you want to say this? And I'm like, well, where did that come from?
top loader NES eBay. You can get one for as cheap as $160, 180, 140, but it's a test console. Man, they're pricey. No wonder. Hard to come by. What am I playing? Let me tell you. Well, now I can finally talk about it, although it's kind of pointless because my review is up. Sea of Stars. So I talked about my time at the demo because the demo is available to everybody.
Sounds like the new ABC game show starring Simon Cowell. Starring Simon Cowell. What did I say?
My time with the demo.
Are you talking about a
Sea
real
of
game or are you
Stars.
making something else? Oh,
Sea of Stars sounds
or a
like,
real show.
like a reality competition show of like a bunch of.
You said a new
singers.
show with Simon Cowell. I didn't know if there's some new show with Simon
No,
Cowell.
it
You're
just
making
sounds.
it up.
I said it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a Simon Cowell show that takes place on like a cruise ship or something.
in
Why?
space.
Why
Ooh.
Simon Cowell?
And you get jettied off in a little
Because I
boat.
can't remember any of the other people on
Ah.
America's
Dancing
Got
with the
Talent
Stars or yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
It is made by Sabotage Studio, who did The Messenger. This is their second game. It's an RPG inspired by the 16-bit greats like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy and all those. And it is every which way amazing. The battle mechanics are so much fun. It is turn-based, but with an action element to them and multiple characters in your party, and little things pop out of enemies when you attack.
Gross.
And you can suck them up.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Gross.
And you can enhance your abilities
What
for a
is this
stronger
game rated?
attack. It looks like a 16-bit title, but an absolutely gorgeous one. But it's not 16-bit. It's actually polygonal, and I don't know how they did it. So it's accurately sourced lighting, like there's an actual light source. So things cast shadows that look like the shadows should look like. So it's some black magic going on here. They did a really cool system. The adventure is grandiose with a whole bunch of fun characters. It really nails the vibe of that era of RPGs where you get serious and silly and a wide range of characters and interesting plot lines. And it's, oh boy, this is a Game of the Year contender. Mark my words. This is a
Wow.
hell of a RPG. It is. They set out to do something, and they really did it. And the best part is, it's inspired by and influenced by the greats, but it does a lot of its own things as well to make something that feels completely new and fresh while paying homage to those greats. So, again, there is a demo. If you have a Switch and you're even a little bit curious about this game, go download the demo. I really couldn't, unless you absolutely hate RPGs. It's very hard for me to imagine you would play this demo and not be impressed with it and be at least very interested in checking out the full game. And again, if you have Xbox, if you have Game Pass, or you have the PlayStation, whatever that thing is, I never remember the name, it's included in those. So at no additional cost, you can get those. No, 4 or 5. But 100,000 plus of you out there are real fans because you guys bought the game. Sabotage Studio announced that less than 24 hours after the game launched, 100,000 people purchased the game. I guarantee a lot more played it through Game Pass and PlayStation's thing, but 100,000 people bought the game. And I know a lot of you are Switch players. That's just my own thing. They didn't give an official breakdown, but I know the majority of those are Switch players. So the 100,000 people out there who bought the game, what?
I mean, you can't get it at no additional cost on the Switch. So of course, they'd be the ones buying it.
That's my guess. Yeah, but you could still buy it on Xbox and PlayStation. You don't have to have those.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's.
That's my point.
It also looks like a kid's game, so
that's my point.
Probably Switch, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a game that's going to look and play the same on all systems, you got to go Switch just because you can play it handheld. Not that in case it ever comes up, it's the most versatile system.
You can play it.
Can we call handheld bowl mode because you can play it on the toilet bowl?
You can call it whatever you want.
Bowl mode.
I will not be calling it.
Do you play on the television in the dock?
Yes.
Handheld or bowl mode?
Not familiar with that.
Has anybody seen the TikTok about? It's like a video of a person like learning to walk again.
Oh yeah.
And it's like my family teaching me to walk again after I've been sitting on my phone on the toilet for 3 hours.
So it is fantastic.
Riley and Tom says throne mode.
It's I really love it. When end of the year comes, there's going to be certain games thrown around in that discussion. Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sure there'll be some people saying Starfield, and definitely there's people who gave it 10 out of 10. It's going to be part of the discussion.
No.
And Sea of Stars, without a doubt, deserves to be in that conversation. So,
did you say this week that they're going to be doing a physical copy of the Sea of Stars for the Switch?
Yep, not until 2024 though.
Okay.
But yes, physical is coming for sure.
I wonder what's taking them so long. Like why
not have physical right at launch?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Make money off of it first and then put that money towards fulfilling the physical copies. You don't want to make more physical copies than you need to. So
it's just weird that they would announce it like that. It's not like they waited to see how sales were before announcing they'd be making physical copies. They were just like, the day it came out, they're like, there will be, but not till next year.
They do it because they know some people will double dip, but also some people are just going to keep asking the question, and they're like, I need to know, like, they're going to be inundated with the questions. I'll just tell them, yeah, there's going to be a physical thing. And plus, that physical stuff takes time. Like, they were worried about, they had a Kickstarter. Their obligation is to the Kickstarter people to get the game out the door first. not not a physical copy, which wasn't promised. So now that all those obligations are taken care of, they can move on to manufacturing and deals with a publisher and all that crap. So it takes time. 2024, we don't know when in 2024. I'd imagine first or second quarter. But yes, physical is coming. But play this game. Holy moly, is it great. Great. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. My only little ding against the game was I like the soundtrack. At times, I love the soundtrack. But overall, there's a few songs that are good, but didn't blow me away. So that's the biggest gripe I got. And that's it. Love the game. Moving on. I played the demo for Gunbrella. A demo for Gunbrella came out last night. Yes.
I'm familiar. It looks fun.
Devolver Digital. They announced the release date for it yesterday, which is why the demo came out too. I think it's September 9th, so very soon, or
Really
September
needs
13th.
like a Mary Poppins skin or something for the character, right?
You two need to play this demo. Not surprisingly, Devolver Digital,
Gunbrella?
great game.
I'll wait until
Or
like
a great company.
a cousin recommends it.
So in Gunbrella, you're a guy you learn this right in the beginning. The guy's family gets killed. You don't know who did it. And you're out to figure out what's going on here. You have this mysterious weapon. You don't know who made it. You don't know where it came from. It's the Gunbrella, which is a gun and an umbrella. You can use it to dash in any direction. So fly up in the air or whatever, and then you can float down with it. You can use it
was
to
the penguin who probably
you can use it to block shots from enemies. And you can use it to like attach to ropes to do like zip lines and stuff. Feels so good. The mechanics are so good. And then obviously it's like a shotgun, so you use it to shoot people. The game is very gory and enemies explode into like bits. So if you can turn off blood. So if you don't want that, you don't have to see it. But you set out on this mission to see who did this heinous crime and also figure out who's behind the creation of this mysterious weapon. It is such a, I don't want to say moody. It's such an atmospheric game, and the soundtrack really lends itself to that. The soundtrack is very, I hate to keep using the trope of the soundtrack being a character in and of itself, but man, does it add character to the game. It's very, it really builds the atmosphere. It's a weird, intriguing soundtrack. It's just like it's uncomfortable, but in a good way. Like it really enhances the experience. And then gameplay wise, you run, you jump, you wall jump, you blast enemies. It's so good. It's so good. Something about the vibe of this game is undeniable. Fantastic demo. When the demo ended, I was like, oh, come on. I want more. And I'll get ahead of this. There's trains in it. So of course I love it. But there's really go play this demo. It's from Doinksoft. Doinksoft is the developer. I want to make sure I get this right because they've had other great games. I don't want to. They did Gato Roboto, which is a great Metroidvania game. They also did Demon Throttle, which is another awesome game. They got a great track record. Oh, my phone just crapped itself.
Demon Throttle, Gato Roboto, and Devolver Bootleg.
Really, I don't know what else to say about this game. The demo is pretty beefy. You could get like an hour or two out of it. You go through some towns, you get to an enemy hideout.
There's only the demo you played? Only the demo.
Man, it's good. Issues, but you'll really like it.
WT heck.
I know you so well. Oh, it doesn't go the other way. Yeah, I really think you'll like it. If
you're
try
incapable, but you'll love it, dude. But this guy, he can't handle it.
All right, I'll go into it. You're always like, oh, aim with this joystick, move with this joystick. That's what you're going to have complaints about.
Yeah, F those games.
There you go.
I mean, I played all the way through.
Don't counterpoint me with your point.
My friend is Pedro.
So I agree. So play the game.
My friend Pedro. Yeah. But I also
games get so
yeah, right.
But I didn't play that game the way it was supposed to be played.
It doesn't matter. Well, who says it's supposed to be played a certain way? This is you.
Well, if you need to aim,
I'm picturing him like with
hey, did you beat the game?
If aiming
did you beat the game?
Listen, if aiming is an important element, then yes, it's important. But in my friend Pedro, I feel like you can get through that game without actually aiming. You just got to jump around and ricochet bullets everywhere, and it's insanity.
You know,
and
the
crazy.
gameplay. If you just do the gameplay,
Did you
it's
beat the
too
game?
Easy.
My friend Pedro, yeah.
Well, then it sounds like you did just fine.
Gumbrella, I didn't beat the game because I haven't played it yet.
Not out yet. Can't beat it.
Didn't play the demo either.
Well,
If I did, I would have talked about it, but I didn't, so I didn't.
I look forward to hearing about it next week, hopefully.
I don't know if I'm going to be here next week.
Okay. So yeah, Gunbrella is awesome. Really digging it. It's going to be another something special from Devolver. Check it out. Free demo. It's a free demo. Play it.
But how
It's
much
right.
is it?
There are somebody else. How much is the game going to be?
How much does
Or
it
is it a
cost
joke
for the
about a
demo?
free demo? Somebody I don't. Oh, it's Stephen Totillo. He posted, or I can't
Friend of
even
the
talk
show,
about.
Stephen Totillo.
I can't even talk about Twitter anymore because it's X, and I'm trying to think of how to say things. He put a post on X talking about how I remember a time where there were this many amazing games coming out in such a small window of time, and how it seems like the last couple of months have been really big with lots of really great games. And I completely agree. The last few months have been insane, and it's just going to continue through September, through October. There's so much. So I completely agree with him. I played another game. I just finished it. I'm going to write my review this week.
The
It took
demo
me
or the
longer
full
to
game?
full game. This is a full game.
Free?
No. Let's find out together. There's no demo. It is $15.
No.
It's called Curse Crackers for Whom the Bell Toils.
Okay,
And that's Bell,
okay.
Belle.
All right.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So let's just say Curse Crackers. That's the name, Curse Crackers.
Yeah.
Curse Quackers.
I knew that this game existed because I've gotten press releases about it. Didn't pay too much attention to it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, so I won't. I played the game. I could spend, and I won't, I could spend a whole podcast gushing about how much I love this game.
Curse Crackers?
Curse Crackers. This was made for me.
You love saltines.
I do love saltines. That's
I
true.
mean, who
I could eat a
does-
whole sleeve of saltines.
You know what? A saltine is a cracker you don't think about. You're not going to be like, oh, get me the
Oh, I think
saltines.
about them.
You eat a saltine and you're like, I need 50 more of these.
I love saltines. My life is a constant struggle against eating sleeves of saltines. Curse Crackers, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. This game was made for me. It is everything I like in a game. So I'm going to try and summarize. It is a platformer filled with hidden things and collectibles. You have a unique main character with unique abilities. So you have Belle as the main character, and I don't remember what her sidekick's name is, but it's basically a bell, like a jingle bell, like a jingle bell.
Gaston.
That is confusing. Belle is the character, and the sidekick for Belle is a bell? I don't care.
I know you
Continue.
don't. That's why I'm waiting. So what you do is you throw that bell out to hit enemies, or you jump off of enemies to hurt them.
The bell, not the character Bell. Just clarifying.
Oh wait, any other questions or?
We'll see when we get
Clear
there.
as a bell.
in the game, you are a characters in the game world have they're imbued with special abilities, but then there's characters or there's people who don't have they're called ungifted. They're born without any special abilities.
That's sad.
And that's what your main character is. She is ungifted. She does not have any special anointed abilities from the gods, but she has taken upon herself to become an acrobat. So she does lots of flips and jumps and blah, 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 blah. So that's what your movement is like. You catapult off of things, you forward flip off of things. So that's how your platforming works. And maneuvering around is a lot of fun. You can run, you can jump, you can flip, you can bounce off enemies, you can there's like rings you can hang off of and launch yourself from. So movement's really great. The goal is to get through each level, and there's a thing at the end to just collect. It doesn't matter. Each level has 3 hidden roses in it. It also has hidden coins. There's hidden exits in levels, but you work your way through the levels, and the levels are so well built and so intricate, and there's so many little hidden nooks and crannies. It's just so much fun to explore. It's my kind of game where you're like, that wall looks suspicious. That little spot looks suspicious. Why is this enemy here? There's also like hidden swords in each level. They're tied to the story. I won't tell you why you get them or why you want to get them, but there's a hidden sword in every level. And there's a really, really detailed story for those who want it. The game at the outset is like, hey, if you just want to play the game or run through the levels, go right ahead. But if you want to really experience what the game is about, there's a whole bunch of stuff here to do. So explore. And I'm that kind of player. So I explore the world map and find all kind of hidden areas and lore and like tablets that you don't know how to translate and characters who are mysterious that are trying to teach you things. It's really got like a whole sub level of all kinds of mysterious stuff to it. And I absolutely love that.
The more you explain it, it's ringing a bell now.
Oh.
Yes, we did it. Also, I just want to jump in real quick. Okay, Storabak Skjorven, Storabak Skjorven said said that the friend or whatever, like your sidekick, is named Chime.
There you go.
So that would help me a little bit.
Yeah.
Would eliminate a lot more of my banter and BS if you.
A, I don't believe you. B, okay.
It's your fault for his banter.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, it's not even banter. My questions. I've got questions because you're so vague with all of this.
Okay. So what you knew was the other character had a name. You just didn't know what the name was.
No, I didn't even know it had a name. It was just a sidekick. You never said it had a name.
Maybe I said I know the main character's name
Is Bell, and it has a sidekick.
and it's Bell,
which
yeah.
is a Bell.
Forgive me for not saying one of the characters has a name.
The
I
character's
apologize.
sidekick is a Bell named Chime.
Is there
Isabel.
is
Yeah.
there anything else I can clear up for you?
How much is it?
$15.
And what system is it on?
I don't know. It's definitely on Switch. It may be on other platforms.
Okay.
Anything else?
No. Was there more that you wanted to tell?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was important to let everybody know that, the name is Chime.
So visually speaking,
Thank you, Storabazgjorven.
visually speaking, it looks like a top-notch Game Boy Color game. Like this looks exactly like what a Game Boy Color game would look like back in the day, where you're like, "Ooh, they're really doing something impressive here." Down to the fact where you get stills cutscenes that are stills, but they're done pixel art and they're gorgeous. I love that style. So again, graphics are Game Boy Color-esque, but if they were on a Game Boy Color, you'd be like, this is one of the nicest looking Game Boy Colors I've ever seen. So if you like the Game Boy Color aesthetic and visual style, you'll really like this. I happen to love any visual style that comes from a game nowadays that's mimicking an older platform, because I look at that and I'm like, they recognize that hardware's limitations as not a limitation, but an art style. And I really appreciate that. So for what that visual style is, I absolutely love this. The soundtrack is unbelievable. The soundtrack is a Game Boy Color style soundtrack mixed in with modern instruments. So real guitar and Game Boy Color noises, or real drums and Game Boy Color noises. Soundtrack is so good at the game, does stuff that I was like, I couldn't ask for anything better. It happened, and I was like, this is how you sell a final boss battle. Man, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It was so good. The soundtrack, top to bottom, phenomenal. Whole bunch of hidden levels where it's like, hey, You're going into hidden levels. Are you sure you want to do this? Because these are extra difficult. You don't have to do them. You can go into them and do them if you want, but you don't have to. So,
Traditional saves?
no, it's platforming levels. They're not long. But it saves after you beat a level. It's saved. And there's no lives. There's coins. When you die, you drop a coin bag like you would in Shovel Knight or something. So it takes like
Pardon
a
my
30 or
coin
coin bag. And you can recollect it the next time you go through. But every time you die after that, it splits it in half and splits it in half. So you could go forever. You use money to buy items and abilities and stuff. The story's so good, and the story is meaningful and heartfelt and sad and hopeful. And really, if you want to dig into that stuff, it's there. But you don't have to. It could just be a straightforward platformer for you if you want. I have finished the main game, but there's so much stuff I have left to do as far as the side content and so many mysteries that I'm working to understand. I love it. I could not be any more over the moon about this game. I'm really excited to write the review. I don't know the developer by name, but I believe it's a very small team, and I don't know what else they've done. Color Grave is the developer. That's their only game on the Switch that I see. I don't know what else they've done. This game has flown so under the radar, and I know it's because they don't have money to do marketing, and they are hopeful that people will play it and trumpet it. So I'm going to do my best to do that. I could not love this game more.
They should have named it something else. That's I'm sure throwing people off.
Curse Crackers, do you think is throwing people off, or is this a joke?
I mean, it would
It
throw
kinda
me
has
off.
shovelware,
I mean, I'm not going anywhere near it if you didn't tell me about it. You know what I mean? Just by looking at it and the name.
Well, you know about the game now. What would make a better name? This isn't a joke. I'm not harassing you. I'm just.
Oh, I don't know. I don't work for the company that made the game. It's not my job to come up with a better name. It's my job to be critical of the name that stinks that they have now.
Okay. Well, there you go. Color Grave, your name stinks. Not from me. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to spread the word on this game. I don't know. Watch a trailer. I don't know what else to say. It's so good. It's so good. How about this? If you're a fan of games from Yacht Club or Way Forward, this is a shoo-in. You need this game. If you have an appreciation of those games that those companies make, this needs to be in your collection, hands down. I would say it outdoes what they do in their games, to be completely honest. I don't know what else to say. I'll have my review on Monday, or not Monday. I'll have my review this week. Phenomenal.
Did you, forgive me if you mentioned this, but did you know this game was coming out? Is this something that you were waiting for? Did they just send you this and you were like,
I only knew it was coming out because of press releases. So like I covered it, but
you'd be interested just by covering it.
When I'm doing site work, like I don't have time to watch every trailer. I'll go back and look at stuff. I saw artwork for the game and some of the screens. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. But there's plenty of games that look like a Game Boy Color game or look like a classic, and they're not good. So I was like, I saw it. It looked nice. I was like, I got to go back and check that out. Then I had the opportunity to review it, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Would you even be thinking about it if they didn't offer you the review copy? Like you would have
I would be thinking about it because I wrote it down on a list, but I have a giant, everybody's got a big list of backlog stuff. It was on there, but I can't say that I would have ever gotten to it, but I'm glad they reached out because man, I love it. I played so much stuff I love.
Is there some sort of magic or like witchery or something?
Yes.
Witchcraft?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Did you mention that already? Sorry.
I did say people are born with powers and stuff. And
oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah. What's the
Ungifted?
Ungifted. That should be the name of the game.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ungifted. That's way better.
Yeah.
I like Ungifted. That's a nice name.
Some intrigue.
But would you look at Ungifted and be like, that means like...
Well, then it's got the other part, like just this little square. Like I would see that and I'd be like, goodbye.
I figured that would be the main thing. The name there's not going to be a name so good that you would look at the art and be like, I'm in.
True.
The art would have to change.
Yeah.
You could have really good art and see the name as Curse Crackers and you'd be like, I hate that name, but the art looks cool. But you can't, like, the art is the seller. Because you're not going to, like, that's how you see this game. You go on the eShop or whatever and you see the artwork. So people aren't going to get past that. I mean, the art I love, and this isn't a knock against you at all. I'm just saying, I know there are people who would see this art and be like, nope,
Why would that be a knock? I mean, you saying you love that
Yeah.
to me is a knock against you.
No,
To be
no,
honest. So I don't see why.
I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be rude. Because you know my thing, like I don't care about art or any of that.
I didn't want to be rude to you yesterday when you said you loved the voices on the flowers in Wonder, because I thought they were placeholders. That's how out of place they seem to me.
You inspired my Patreon post last night. That's what I wrote about. Not about like just the voices in general to see how people felt about them.
I can't read your Patreon anymore.
I mean, I can send it to you. Yeah, it wasn't about. I don't think I even mentioned you, but you inspired the thought of, I want to see how people feel. Because I read comments and it's 50-50. I couldn't really gauge. So I'm going to do a X poll about it to see, do you people hate the voices or do you like the voices? Or you don't care?
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to say that I care. I don't really care because I'm definitely buying the game day one and I'm going to love every second of it. But watching those trailers, and just as much as I was saying all those new enemies look like they belong there, like those voices to me didn't belong there, but that's just me.
Yeah, MomBrain, you'll have to watch like the footage of Wonder, because those I was saying it to Do, and it doesn't really make sense for him because he doesn't know it. Again, not enough. The voices make me think of the cadence and style of like Bear in the Big Blue House or something like that. Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I get from the flower voices. And I'm like, that's great. I love it. Whole different conversation. Curse crackers. I don't know what else to say. I gush about a lot of stuff, but I think I've really extra gushed about this one. So adore this game. Adore this game. Check it out. And then the only other I played Fortnite. Fortnite's great. Love Fortnite. That Ram Rocket, or as we call it, the Ramrod, is phenomenal. So much fun. And then the only other thing I played is Goodbye Volcano High. Now, this one has been on my list. I've been really excited for this one. I'm about a couple hours into it. It's exactly what I wanted from this game. Goodbye Volcano High is a game in the style of Life is Strange or something like that. How do I say this? It features it's got an ensemble cast, but you are playing as one main character. You're in high school, you have friends and parents and teachers and everything, and it's your senior year, and you're in a band, and you're trying to make the band popular. Every character is a dinosaur. Everybody's dinosaurs.
Oh, of course.
And it's about, as far as I know, it's about dinosaurs dying. It's about the Big Boom. It's about the Big Bang, sorry, or the asteroid coming down and knocking out dinosaurs.
So it's like the dinosaurs, the show.
Yeah. So it's about that. So there's that air of like
delightful baby
sadness. Not so far about it because everybody in the game doesn't know what's happening. All that's happening in the game right now is like people's electronics aren't working as they should, and there's something causing interference. So they don't know what's going. That's where I am in the game. But you, as the player, knows. Like there's an asteroid coming and everyone's going to die.
A lot of questions.
I'm ready.
A lot of questions. Like they have electronics and technology. They've got schools. They probably have clothes.
Very advanced.
Like they don't know that an asteroid's coming. But all right.
Well, I don't know.
Hey,
I'm only a couple hours in. All I know is like radios and phones and stuff aren't working, and they're trying to figure out what's going on.
How many times do I get a notice from like my weather channel app or something? There was like a news report that an asteroid was much closer to Earth than we ever expected. It just kind of snuck up on us.
We just had one that passed by really closely and we didn't know. Yeah, you're right. It just happened. So yeah,
one more thing for me to think about while I'm trying to fall asleep.
My dad's got asteroids.
It's also mixed in with there's a like a music gameplay mechanic as well, because you're in a band. And it's got like a rhythm gameplay where like not notes, but like you push the joystick up, left, or right to line up with notes that come down, and then you hit the button to match the time, and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, if you like Life is Strange and you're into a story-based game, I mean, it's really good so far. I don't know where the story's going to go. The story could fall apart and I would end up not liking the game, but music is great, and because the main character's in a band, they have original music in the game, and the original music is really good. And something that's really cool you get to pick lines of lyrics for the songs, and then you perform the song that you picked. So they must have recorded like 20, 30 different versions of these songs with the variety of lyrics you could pick. So I thought that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's something about that feeling of like you as the player know what's coming, and nobody in the game knows what's coming. You know they're all going to die, but they don't know, and it's about their
Some
final
of them might not,
moments. I guess that's
I mean,
true.
we
I don't know what's going to
Do we
happen.
know? Did they all die? Did all the dinosaurs die? at
Not
same
the
time?
mama.
So yeah, that's on what, PS4 and PS5, I believe. So
What's it called? High School High?
Rocket
Rocket.
Goodbye
High?
Volcano High.
Goodbye Volcano High. Man, they kind of give it away, I guess. In the
Well, it's
that's
your senior year, so maybe that's what
okay.
it's.
also, you know, we know what killed the dinosaurs, so it's not a surprise to us. It's not like
I think it kind of depends on who you ask.
it's not a spoiler, but
But like, also, what they're just dealing with like normal everyday drama and all this stuff, and,
Well,
and it's just like,
yes.
guess what? None of this matters.
You're
Oh, that's
exactly
the
right.
point of the game. I
That's
guess.
the point of
That's
the
what you
game.
take
Yeah.
away.
But that's what I would imagine they're going to realize when they learn that the world's coming to an end. So it's going to be a very sad game, because that feeling of sadness is there right from the beginning. It's just the characters don't know it yet, but they will. So, but yeah, if you like Life is Strange or any of those type of games, I would recommend checking this out. So long as you're okay with anthropomorphic dinosaurs. I know that'll be a turnoff for a lot of people.
Are
But
the graphics like Life is Strange?
no,
like
they're
3D rendered dinosaurs.
They
and
are
clothes
no.
and stuff?
I look it up. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not. It's cartoonish, but not. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't know what to say.
I mean, it's like anime dinosaur people.
I
That's
was
what it
almost
looks
going to
like me.
say anime, but I know it's not anime.
You got it.
It's just, you know, I don't know what to say.
That's pretty anime. I mean,
I'd say it's yeah, like French anime. I don't know what else to say. Like, there's definitely anime influence there, but saying anime would be wrong. So French anime, I'll go with. But that's what it looks like.
well, I don't know what's real and what's fan content or whatever. What is it? Rule 34?
I would not look. You're talking about teenagers here, so although they are 65 million years old now, so I'm playing a whole bunch of stuff I love. It's been a string of games that are fantastic, and I got no complaints about anything. Great time to be into video games, and if you are open to anything, then you got a lot to pick from. So
Wonderful.
there you go. That's that. That's what I've been playing. Let's do some questions. Send your questions at goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Go ninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. Nico Darunia says, would you rather be a Zora, a Goron, a Gerudo, or a Rito? And why? I want to be a Rito. I want to fly.
Yeah, hands down.
I mean, I don't want to swim. I can swim already. I don't care.
I can swim already.
I don't want to be a big fat guy like a Goron, because I already was. It wasn't great.
And they eat rocks. I mean, that sounds boring.
I don't care about Gerudos.
But when they talk about it, they really love it.
Savak. It would be cool to have hair. The hair's pretty nice.
It would be
That's
cool
who
to
I
have
think.
hair, and it would be cool because you'd be like one man amongst a sea of like women. But I'd still rather fly.
You would want to be a Gerudo over a Rito? You would rather just have red hair and be a tall woman than fly?
Be in that
Yeah, but
desert.
they're so powerful and like
Yeah, but fly.
yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
You know, like I
It's your
live
choice.
under the patriarchy now. I'd like to perhaps.
But you could fly away from it.
I don't want to fly away from it. I want to smash it.
Okay. You could do that as a Rito too, but all right, if you'd rather, it's your choice.
No.
So we got three
Really?
Ritos
You want
and
to
a
mansplain it to me?
three
Why it
Ritos and a
shouldn't be?
Gerudo.
Nice.
NickyHill, you're a Rito? Everybody
so.
wants to be cool. Yeah, Rito, easy choice. I want to fly. You give me a
I wanna be
game
a,
and you can fly. I want to be that character.
Hobson, Dodson, whatever his name was. What's his name?
The guy that holds the sign or the guy that runs the whole thing?
I think I want to be the guy that used to be the owner, who's got like the headband and the,
Oh, okay.
Hudson or
I don't know.
no, Bolson.
Bolson.
Yeah,
Great fashion sense.
yeah, he looks like a party animal.
Oh, he's a party animal. All right.
Oh yeah, he gets some work done.
We
His
also,
men.
That's right. We also got a Patreon question. You know, MomBrain,
Where?
you can join Patreon
For $1.
for $1. Kyle did. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle asks, if you could travel back in your lifetime to change something, what would it be? And what do you think the butterfly effect ramifications would be as a result of the change? I believe that what if fantasy allows people to finally do the things they wanted to do long ago, but forgot about while skipping through life? The event doesn't need to be video game related. What? I mean, there's so many things, but are there? Because as you say, the butterfly effect, are there things I would change? Yes, there's plenty. But would I get to an outcome that's better? I don't know, because it's the butterfly effect. So it's a dangerous game to play. What do? You think there's things that happened where you're like, this is a net positive for me and everybody around me, and I want to change it because it would make things good. But would it?
Yeah.
Would you make it worse somehow? I don't know.
Something that I've done, change something that I've done.
I would go back in time and I would unthrow that frisbee at your nose, NickyHill. That's what I would do.
Thanks.
But
who knows what that would lead to?
I don't know.
Mhm.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
So do I forgive you now for saying that, or do I still hold the grudge that it happened?
Forgive
just
me.
kidding.
Oh,
I didn't
forgive me
even
now.
remember it.
I remember it all the time.
I would change the way I invested in with my money,
Oh,
Yeah,
I imagine a lot of
mine
people
is
would do
just
that.
as lame as yours.
but not like oh, I got this hot tip. This is gonna go crazy. Just do it better.
mm-hmm. But are we saying like because you'd be able to cheat now? Like you're going back in time with the knowledge of today and be like,
No,
I'm
just
investing in these things, baby.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not to do that, but just to invest with a different direction.
Ball
a
bearings.
It's all ball bearings these days.
Well, MomBrain, would you go
Yeah.
back and change something?
I can't think of like one specific event that I would change, but I would like to be able to change how well behaved I was growing up and in through my young adulthood, because I feel like that's the time when it's okay for you to like behave badly and like make big mistakes and like do outrageous things, and I didn't because I was too afraid. And looking back, I really didn't have anything to be afraid of. Like I wouldn't have murdered anyone, like done anything horrible, but I definitely would have taken a lot more chances and done some more reckless
Gone to the
things.
movies that one day I came to your house.
Yeah, yeah. So I would just be a little more reckless instead of being so careful and responsible all the time.
Well, it all got you to where you are now. So
Well, that's exactly why I feel like, how do you even know?
Well, it's something we'll never know, but it is interesting to talk
Especially
about.
because some of that reckless behavior, it seems really insignificant, or like it's not going to bother anybody, and then you end up in the hospital or something. You can't lose a limb or lose more than that.
Yeah, there's plenty of things I did in school or used to say or whatever that I look back on and feel horrible about, and I would like to change those. But again, I'm at a place of growth now, and maybe that growth wouldn't have come if I didn't do that stuff back then. So who knows? We'll never know. None of us will ever know because we're not time travelers. So we'll just have to live with the fact that we've done things that we might not be happy about or didn't work out right, and we hopefully learn from them and grow with them and become better people and leave this place a better place than it was when we got here.
I look back at those experiences and I just know that I've been a real jerk in the past, so I'm just going to continue to be a jerk. I'm going to own it.
I've learned and I will double down.
Full steam ahead.
I've learned that I'm real good at being a jerk, so I'm gonna double down.
You could do that. It's your life. You do whatever you want. There you go. MomBrain, would you like to do some music?
Sure.
Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com. Where? Goninpod@gmail.com. Put music in the title to help out MomBrain. PC says, I wouldn't panic when you asked me for a Simpsons quote when we met. That is true. First question to you when we met. was Simpsons related, and it was like you'd never seen a Simpsons, and I'll never forget it because I have known since then that you're a fake fan. So there's that. I got
way to really make someone feel comfortable. And
Well, I thought Simpsons was the common ground. I thought that's a great way to start off a conversation. And they're like, "What's the Simpsons?"
What's a Simpson?
Wow. All right, let me just do a little switcheroo here.
Like OJ? You mean?
I love the Simpsons. His car chases, his football,
Yeah. Oh,
catching that baby and Naked Gun.
You want a Simpsons quote? If the glove don't fit.
That's it. There you go. Hello, Twitter world.
First
Twitter world.
song comes to us from Mikey3319.
I know this.
Got that
Are you
Konami
keeping track?
sound to it.
Rami,
Huh?
you keeping track?
Oh, crap.
I don't know it.
Is it Konami?
Yes.
Got that Konami drum. The funny thing is it's Konami and I don't know it.
Is it like a Contra something?
It is not Contra.
Bucky O'Hare.
Yes.
I knew it was going to come up at one point. An NES game I didn't play because I didn't watch Bucky O'Hare.
It was Bucky O'Hare from
B. O'Hare.
Mikey3319. This one comes from Jess I.
Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Oh, this is a link to the past.
Sure is.
Boy, this reminds me of my mom and being a kid and my grandma's house in the bedroom. Great times. That little dork back then didn't know he was going to make a living out of being a dork.
This is linked to the past. Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, this is where Link's dad lies to him and gives him an old Rise of Skywalker quote where he's just like, "You gotta save Zelda, she's your," and then he pretends he's dead, and then in the end credits he's alive. He's alive. He lived.
He got tired.
And then she was
Narcoleptic?
never your anything. Is that true?
Your love, your purpose,
Well,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's for sure. That's
your
for sure.
destiny, your sister, your mother, your cousin,
Pretty anticlimactic.
your boo, your...
But it's like when
Boo thing.
Finn turns to Rey and they're sinking in the sand, and he's like, "I always wanted to tell you," and then they go in the sand, and then he never tells her whatever he was gonna tell her.
Well, now it would be awkward.
I guess it would be pretty awkward because they're not dying anymore. They're like, "Oh, we're still alive,"
He knew what he had to do, but he didn't know if he had the strength to do it.
and he didn't have the strength.
I know what I have to do, but I don't have the strength to do it.
What is that from?
It's from him in the movie.
Alrighty. The next little ditty today is from Nico Darunia.
Did he me?
Did he meet Daddy? A little louder. I got nothing on this. NickyHill is searching the
Yeah, is
depths
that
of
like
his brain.
A crackling fire or something?
Sure is.
No. Lost in Blue.
No.
Probably not. What was that little thing where you play as a last campfire?
No.
What system?
That's what it's
Switch.
called.
I
I think.
Sorry, Switch, you said?
I ain't got
Is
nothing.
it an RPG or
Oh.
something?
I think.
Dragon Quest?
No. I guess it's not really an art. Well,
Animal Crossing.
no.
We don't know. We don't know? We don't know.
It was Stardew Valley.
I haven't played it.
S2V.
That's sure RPG.
Right? Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I gotta think it through.
All right. That was from Nico Darunia. This one's from Guy Bones.
GBA?
Sure is.
first party.
No.
Oh. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, wants to be first party. So is it a Square game?
Sure is.
There we go. We're getting it. All right, Square on the GBA. What do we got there? Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
No.
Final Fantasy 1 through 4. Final Fantasy.
Nope.
Okay.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
No Final Fantasy.
Secret of Mana.
No.
Secret of Evermore.
No.
Wait, why? I feel like I know this now. All right, it's definitely an RPG.
Yeah.
Illusion of Gaia.
No.
We gotta get this one. It's Square. It's an RPG. It's GBA. It's not Dragon Quest.
It's not.
It's not Rocket Slime.
Chrono Trigger.
Nope.
Is that even a Square game?
Mm-hmm.
But that was what? SNES.
And then DS. Oh, God. Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
There we go. Kingdom Hearts 358/2 days. No, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Right.
Whew, yeah. Hard to pick between the two.
Talk about it.
Hold on.
Bad names, but game sell. Put Mickey on them.
Mickey.
Okay.
He's so fine.
The next one comes to us from Geku Kitsune.
Well, this
Oh my
is
God,
definitely a
there's
Final
pictures
Fantasy.
of Mickey.
Ya-da-da-dee-da.
I'm sorry, this is not Geku. This is from Akumaju. I'm so sorry.
Da-dee-da-doo-doo. Doo-dee-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom-dee-dee, doo-doo-dee-doo-doo-dee-doo. Well, I mean, we could do the guess. It's 1 through 6.
Mhm.
Let's go 6.
No.
Let's go 4.
Yes.
Very nice.
Ba-dee-da-boo-doo.
Again, I apologize. It was from Akumaju, and it's Final Fantasy IV. This one's from Geku Kitsune.
Oh, this is a
Get
Zelda.
Two answers for this one.
Okay. Skyward Sword.
No.
Tears of the Kingdom or
Oh,
Breath of the Wild.
Which one?
Either one.
Oh.
It's in both.
You said 2 answers, and I was thinking oracles or ages
It is from Breath of the Wild.
oh,
or seasons. Oracles
the
or
woods,
seasons, oracle
And
ages,
it's
oracle
the
seasons.
maze things.
yes. Got lost in those woods.
This one comes from Aaron Cup.
This is Yoshi's Island. This is the battle against Bowser Jr. at the end.
Man.
This next song comes to us from Spaniel 53.
Okay. Just gonna go where I feel so. It feels like a Capcom game.
I believe it is.
And it feels like a Phoenix Wright or a Ghost Trick or a Ace Attorney in general. Okay, so Phoenix Wright.
No.
Miles Davis, whatever it is. Ace Attorney.
Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney.
Oh.
Well done.
Hey, Hotel Dusk Writer is making a new game, and it's something about Hitler.
Ay, ay,
There you
ay.
go.
That's
Coming to Switch. It's like an auction of buying Hitler's thing. I don't know. I'll have to read it again, but
All right. Well, this one comes from Prat Trap.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
I'll just go New Horizons.
Mhm.
What time? This sounds okay. Let me think. Where would I put this? This is either evening or early morning. I'm gonna say it's like a 5 p.m. Nah, later, 6 p.m.
Anybody else?
Each hour in Animal Crossing is a different song.
I
Oh,
I am
cool.
Each real-time hour.
Oh, really?
I'm in Animal Crossing pandemic time. Like
Maybe
only
it's
we knew how good
later.
it was
Maybe
then.
I'm changing to 7. I'm changing to 7 p.m.
So there's 24 different songs.
and
So you might
All
never
24
hear
are
it if
incredible.
you're not up at like 3
That's right.
a.m.
That's right.
I was gonna say 7 as well, but am I allowed?
What time of day is this?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. 5 p.m.
11 p.m.
Oh,
It's
it's
got-
way later than I
It's got
thought.
some nice 11 p.m. Like I'm on the living room bed.
Nice.
All right.
Last song right here.
Good game. Good
Oh.
game.
Okay. That was from Pratt Trap, by the way. This one is from our pal Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. Got nothing on this one. Is it Switch?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
3DS.
Oh, very nice for 3DS. But it doesn't say. Is it first party?
Yeah.
Wow. What is this? All right, let's get Pokemon out of the way, but it's not
It's
Pokemon. Fire Emblem.
Nope.
Okay. Not Animal Crossing. Not Mario. Not Zelda. Not Smash.
Although you might hear it in Spanish.
Yep, that's true.
Sorry, what system is this from?
3DS. Kid Icarus.
It is.
Hey, nice job. Nice
Icarus
job.
Uprising. Well
Very
done.
good. Very good.
You did it.
8 out of 10.
6 out of 9.
Pretty good. Pretty good. We've been having some good music ones lately. Thank you for your submissions. We'll keep doing 10 songs as long as you guys keep loading them up in there. So
And there were no, as far as I could see, there were no bad
Trivias?
game description.
yeah, I think those are definitely tougher to come up with. So thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
anything from you.
I do have a little
Ooh.
rumor for everybody. It goes a little something like this. Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week starring Dew Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not have known that Miyamoto is a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, so he was especially sad to hear that Jimmy Buffett passed away. In fact, we're getting reports that he wasn't really upset with the elephant animation. He was just kind of taking out his anger and frustration at his that his friend Jimmy Buffett passed away. So much so that Miyamoto says that Jimmy Buffett is going to get a tribute enemy in the new Super Mario Wonder game. He's going to be the Hammered Bro.
Oh, I get it.
And he throws,
I get
instead
it.
of like little hammers, he's going to throw margaritas at Mario and Luigi.
And the game's still rated E for everyone. That's interesting. Non-alcoholic
Yeah, I
margaritas,
mean,
I
it could
guess.
just be like a Lime Ricky. Is a Lime Ricky alcoholic?
Is that a sex move or a drink?
Well, he's throwing them at you not to drink them.
Doesn't. If you got alcohol in a game, it's got to be. It can't be rated E for everyone.
Oh, man.
Nintendo knows what they're doing now, and your
I'm sure-
rumors are obviously.
I'm
not
sure we'll
rumors,
hear
they're true.
more about what's going to happen. Miyamoto will probably go to the ESRB and flip one of their coffee tables or something, and he'll get it. He'll
George,
it
get
worked
us some. You got close ties to the Buffett estate. Get us some inside information next week. Done.
Wow.
Can't even laugh hard enough. All right, thank you, George. Hi, Aaron Cup. Good to see you. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Aaron Cup, we had a song from you.
Aaron Cup says Mario Garita. Man, it's right there.
Perfect.
It's this
Perfect.
this is your show, Aaron.
Is anyone else thinking of the TikTok margarita song?
How did we not get there? How did we not get there? We've been doing 889 episodes and none of us can think of Mario Garita. Come on. We should be embarrassed. This is embarrassing. Well, that's all we got for you guys this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we love you. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
After show, anybody got anything they want to share? Anything they want to talk about? Say, discuss? You look like you really had something, and then you fooled me.
Trying to think if I do. I ain't got nothing.
Fool me once, shame
After
on you.
show.
I had a brownie from our local cookie place today. First time I had their brownies. Not surprisingly, a killer. Hi, Pixelrific. Good to see you. Some breaking news for RMC since it's wrestling related. No way.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't
Whoa.
see that? PC mentioned that earlier.
AEW has fired CM Punk. It just happened. Oh my God. This is the path. Here we go. This is it. I can't believe it. First off, good on AEW. We are after show now, which means cursing is allowed. Fuck CM Punk. The guy is unbelievably unprofessional. I was all about Punk coming back when he was coming back. Blew my mind that he came back. And since he returned to wrestling, he's been nothing but a baby.
But a spoiled brat.
He's gotten in so many fights with so many different people to the point where they put him on a different show to stay away from people. I don't care how much money he brings in. He's got to go. He's ruining the company.
And even, for the amount of money he brings in, like, think of the talent that he's keeping away or, like, disenfranchising,
This is good on Tony Khan. Good for him. Holy crap. I can't believe that. Good on him. Man, that happens. And without a doubt, WWE is going to make a move. Holy crap. Man.
And then what?
And then what is the question?
Who's going to make a move? What do you say?
I said WWE is going to make a move. You at least
get him back.
You at least put feelers out there. WWE can offer him an ungodly amount of money for a very limited amount of appearances, and they'll make bank on it big time. So Triple H could be like, "Hey, Punk,"
even though you just said he's been a jerk.
No, I don't want to see it. I'm saying they're going to make a move on it without a doubt. They could be like, "Hey, Punk, 6 appearances WrestleMania season. You make, I don't know, $20 million."
You sound really excited about it for someone who's
He's
not
excited about the drama that it's all gonna.
Yeah, all right. I'll express this. I don't want Punk in WWE. I don't want him after all of his AEW stuff. I don't want him in professional wrestling.
But he's straight edge, though. You
He
love
is
that.
straight edge. I do love that. Yes, I can like things about people and not like other things. Yes, I don't want him in pro wrestling. He's proven himself to be a troublemaker and unprofessional. I think in the ring, he's enjoyable to watch. He's a great persona, but outside of the ring, he's not easy to work with, and he's a troublemaker. And yes, I do not want him. I do not want him to come to WWE.
Do not
but
come.
Yes, it's
Do not
exciting.
come.
It's exciting to think that this is all going to happen. There's no way WWE won't make a play for this guy. Are you kidding me? Especially with Endeavor being the parent company for WWE now. Endeavor's going to be like, of course we want CM Punk here. We just bought the company.
Who's Endeavor?
It's their new parent company. They own UFC. UFC and WWE are under the same company
where
now.
did Endeavor come from? Are they the UFC people?
Yes.
Okay.
The Endeavor is the parent company of UFC. Endeavor existed before UFC.
So I'm just getting caught up because if I did know it, I didn't understand the weight of it or whatever, or like I didn't really pay attention to it. But Endeavor is the company that owns UFC, so WWE was not purchased by Saudi Arabia.
No, although Saudi Arabia, like they do in everything, just bought a minority stake in something related to Endeavor. Just like they got a stake in Nintendo and a stake they got in every sport, in every video game company. It's insane. But yeah, MomBrain is exactly right. The wrestling drama from here on out is going to be insane. And WWE, without a doubt, will drop comments about CM Punk. They may not reference him by name, but they'll certainly say things about it. Oh, man, this is huge news. Holy moly.
Juicy.
That is exciting stuff. Wow. Man, because for those, well, there's plenty of people who don't know. Very long story, very short. Punk got in his third backstage altercation recently after just coming back. And we heard they were going to open an investigation into it.
Not like this is like
It's
the
not
first of
storyline.
his.
Oh yeah, this is all real life.
Right, and
They're
it's
gonna
not
open-
his first infraction.
And he's just got attitude problems. Like he can't get
He
along with
really
anyone.
does seem like he
thinks his
has.
shit
attitude.
don't
Yeah,
stink.
I mean,
he
he's
thinks
a-
the
just
best.
'cause
He's
he's
straight edge,
sober?
but it
I
sounds
don't
like he
get it.
needs a chill pill.
Why do you gotta throw the sober stuff in there? That's got nothing.
Well, that's
to do
what's
with it.
making him insane.
That he's sober. There's other straight edge wrestlers.
That are crazy.
No.
Well,
So that would mean that the sober isn't
I mean,
the
at least
crazy
with
part.
like some wrestlers, you can be like, well, they were on coke for years or something, so of course they're crazy. Like this guy's just a jerk. He was born a jerk.
Yeah,
it's all that Pepsi.
So that's what I'm saying. What does the sober have anything to do with it?
That's why he's doing what he's doing, because he's sober.
Are you asking me?
I don't know what I'm asking.
You said it right. He's
So that
just a
has
jerk
nothing
from.
to do with it.
No, he's just a jerk.
So people aren't coming up to him backstage and being like, "Drink this beer," and he's like, "No," and they get into.
I
a
don't know
fight.
where any of this stuff is coming from. This drinking has nothing to do with anything.
He's only
it's
been a
coming-
jerk because of the peer pressure.
Here's where it's coming from. I know two things about CM Punk. One, he's a wrestler. Two, he's straight edge. So that's where it's coming from.
He
yes,
loves
this has not.
Pepsi.
No, he's very full of himself. It's got nothing to do with him being straight edge. It's just
I mean,
he's got
he's
a
from
very
Chicago,
full of
too.
himself.
I guess
Right?
I'm
From
just
Chicago.
trying to argue that if you have a jerk who's unhinged, and they're a drug addict, at least you can point to the drugs. Where here it's kind of like, oh, who hurt him?
Yeah, it's a him thing. Yeah, definitely. But like I said, there's other straight edge wrestlers who are not jerks or
I
crazy.
still wouldn't want to get into a fight with him.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But yeah, I mean, he's had problems with Hangman Adam Page and Jungle Boy and Jungle Boy and
These are
We
wrestlers.
all know you don't fart with Jungle Boy.
Yeah, right. Why would you mess with Jungle Boy?
the list, names are
So
escaping me.
a
at the
long
moment, but-
line of like huge name.
He had problems with
wrestlers.
people in WWE when he was there too. Like when he was in WWE, he had a real bug up his ass that he wasn't being booked like he thought it should have been booked.
It's not a bug. It's a pickle.
Stick
But
up his
back
ass.
then, it was made to seem like WWE was the bad guy and he was the good guy. Like
Yeah.
I felt like he was the
Because
good guy
that's-
forever, right?
That's how it was shown. Yes, that's how it was. But back then, it also bothered me because he was like, they don't treat me right. They don't respect me. He was the champ in WWE. He wrestled The Rock. He beat John Cena. Like he's did everything. He was the
They
guy
gave him every
for half a
opportunity.
year. Like
How
I'm not
old
saying
is this guy?
WWE is beyond any kind of criticism. It can certainly be criticized. But for Punk to be like, they didn't treat me right. They didn't do my character justice. Like he was the top guy. You could not get any higher up than him. And he had matches with legends. Like it's hard for me to see that viewpoint. So outside of that, sure, there's things to complain about. But yeah, from that point, I don't know. But man, thanks for
He's
that
no
news.
Sami
That's an
Zayn,
after show.
that's for sure.
He's no Sami Zayn, a guy who fights for what's right, a guy who does charity events.
And the
Can't-
guy
can't
who
say-
they don't let win, and he knows he never will, and he doesn't complain.
He is the tag team champion, undisputed.
Well, one
He's been it
half.
since WrestleMania. Well, he's tag team since WrestleMania. It's been 5 months.
He knows it's over. His
He
career,
main
he
evented
does.
WrestleMania.
I
He
gotta go.
main evented WrestleMania. You're leaving?
Yes.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
goodbye.
Gotta go feed the dog.
He's got to go update his CM Punk blog.
Goodbye.
I gotta go give CM Punk a call.
Thank you, PC. Hangman, the Bucks, Kenny Omega, Christopher Daniels, Jack Perry,
Good
and
week.
so on. Yes.
Good to see you.
Jungle Boy is Jack Perry. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. We'll miss you. I could go on about this forever, but I won't. That's your after show. Woo. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Rest, relax, hang out with friends and family, play some games. You deserve it. And we will see you next week as always. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. The